All right, Shalawam, this is GMS New Orleans coming at you with another live camp. As we always do, we're going to give all praises, glory, and honor to YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI. Give honor to the elder apostles of GMS, peace and blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect. Right, those that follow after the Lamb, YAHAWASHI. Right, and, we're going to start off camp, going straight into it. About 2/3 of you of the nation of Israel, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, you just can't get it, man. Right, the Lord hasn't gifted you the word. All right, into these times. You're damned, man. All right, 2/3 of you are slated for destruction, right? Because you can't, you don't want the truth of YAHAWASHI, right? And it's in these times of the great awakening of his precious elect and his people, man. Okay, give me that. You say you had it? I got it. Okay, we good. I got it. Okay, yeah. I know. I seen you over saying something. Go ahead. He was saying. You good on the video? No. He was talking. Okay. Yeah, but give me Zechariah. How about it? Zechariah. Yeah. Ezekiel 18 minutes. Yeah. I mean Zechariah. I was kind of speeding through. So yeah, Zechariah. Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. Read it again. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. Right. We always start off with just 2/3 of the two parts and 2/3 of the nation of Israel should be cut off, all right, and die, man. A lot of you are slated to be put to death because you have, for one, it's a spiritual thing too. Slated going back into the old times. A lot of you are marked from the times past. In these times, they can't get the word, man. No matter how much the Lord sent the prophets and teachers on the highways and byways preaching unto you, risking their lives, you're just slated to not get it, man, at all. All right? And you're slated to be put to death. That's why a lot of you, even now, even the start in the beginning of Jacob's trouble, a lot of you have just been put to death in all sorts of ways, man. Especially you rap niggas, man. You entertaining niggas, man. You celebrities, man. Okay? Go ahead. 2 parts therein, like saith Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the 3rd shall be left therein. Yeah, but there is a 3rd, which is the 1/3 is slated for salvation and slated ultimately to get this truth, man. All right. And it said this should be what? Read that part again. It should go. What about the 1/3? The 3rd shall be left therein. And I will bring the 3rd part through the fire. He's bringing us through the fire now, all right, purifying his precious elect and his men and his sincere, all right, by going through what? We call it catching hell on this side, man. Whether it be through your body, whether it be just in life in general, man, having ups and downs, man. What you supposed to say? Infirmities and different things of that nature, man. That's our part of catching hell, which we always say. I'd rather go through this hell than the hell that's coming from the heavens, man, which is those ICBM nuclear missiles. I'd rather go through that fire. But a lot of you gonna taste the fire that's coming from the ICBMs, man. 2/3 of you. All right, that's why you no matter I'm gonna keep harping that in. No matter how much we keep pushing this truth and keep pushing the vibration of YAHAWASHI, you niggas just can't get it, man. All right, you can't get it. All right, go ahead. I see you. And I will bring a 3rd part through the fire and will refine them as silver is refined. We're being refined now, man. Broken down the same habits and what we thought was the way of life is getting purified and ran off us, man. Getting burned off us, man. The way we used to think, some of us was in the hood, we used to think like niggas, man. Why are niggas looking at me? You ain't want to be told nothing. You ain't want to get rebuked. That's what they call it the truth, right? Rebuked. In the world, you ain't want a nigga tell you nothing, man. All right? Criticism, just the things that we ate was eaten. The Lord basically purified them things up. We don't even think about this shit no more. I don't think about McDonald's. Don't think about pork chops. You got a bunch of niggas over there right now eating crawfish, man. Don't think about that shit. All right, crabs. All right. So those things, Huh?
Getting the line.
Yeah, getting in line, man. Smoking that goddamn ganja. The weed shit, man. We don't think about that shit no more, man. Which I was never into that shit, you know? Smoking the weed, wearing the dreadlocks. Niggas being pretty boys, man, for them hoes.
To make your life easier.
Huh?
It actually make your life easier.
Oh, yeah. And them goddamn holidays, man. You know how much money I done saved in the truth? Not dealing with them goddamn holidays, man. All right? You got from Thanksgiving all the way going to New Year, then you got Valentine's Day. You know how much money I done saved, man? All right? In the barber, man. In the barber, nigga fucking lining up anyway, man. You got to get one line over here in New Orleans, the other part in Utah, man. I save money with that shit, man. I cut my own shit, look. I gotta worry about it, man. All right? But that's just a small, that's nothing, man. That's the hell we gotta, you know, the ridicule been talked about and the bullshit. I can deal with that. But go ahead, huh? You got a little more?
And will try them as gold is tried.
Yeah, we've been tried in various ways, man. Right? We've been tried. Satan. How about y'all shot through Satan and other different ways gonna try you, man, just to see if you one of his men. All right? And that's okay, man. We hope through through the will and the faith of Yahweh Shah that we get through those little small trials, man. Test us. The Lord put us through. Okay? Go ahead, huh?
This day is still talking about the 1/3 of the elect. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them.
You hear that? It says they're gonna call on his name, which his name is important. A lot of you Israelites out there that's in the so-called in the know, you figure that you can call the Lord whatever you want to call him. His name doesn't matter, but his name does, man. All right, his name does. You 2/3 out there, you think call him Jesus. I know him as Jesus, Yeshua, Yahweh. Y'all call him all type of shit, man. All right. Oh, he's all calling colors. It don't matter what his name is, man. All right, but you niggas, it matters to you because you've been worshiping for the last 30-some, 20-some years of your life. You've been worshiping Caesar bullshit. All right, and still do. Go ahead.
I will say it is my people, and they shall say Yahweh is my power.
Yeah. So the Lord gonna be with the 1/3, man. The 2/3, it's not slated for you, man. You can't get it. The Lord has blinded your mind to where you can't get it. Right? Give me that the Isaiah first. The Isaiah 6, but back up. I'm gonna get two out of the way. Get those precepts. Got what you have for that. Then I go to the Isaiah 6. All right.
Just to back up the point you made at the beginning. Hey, the wicked of our people, just like the elect, Abaratazah were at that number, were predestinated from the beginning to be at that number, and the elect were the elect in past lives. Y'all were the wicked in the past lives as well. And YAHAWASHI said as much when he said, y'all said, oh, if we were in the times of Isaiah and Jeremiah, we listened to the prophets. But he said, hey, you condemn yourselves because you were the very same ones during those times that put the prophets to death. And it's no different today. And y'all actually made a blood oath in the past to put YAHAWASHI to death. And hey, you're having to repay that oath in these times now. This is Matthew 27. I'm going to start at 22. Pilate saith unto them, what shall I do then with YAHAWASHI, which is called Hamashiach? They all say unto him, let him be crucified. And the governor said, why? What evil hath he done? But they cried out the more, saying, let him be crucified. When Pilate saw that he could prevail nothing, but that rather a tumult was made, he took water and washed his hands before the multitude, saying,
even Pilate himself found no charge in YAHAWASHI in the allegations that y'all was bringing against him, man. A heathen, a Edomite, man. But what you niggas did, you niggas say, fuck it, still crucified. It's the same thing you do us today, man. You find no charges, you call the police from down the goddamn street, all right? You make all these allegations, hey, them niggas raping little children, they raping. Y'all been, like I said, you've been in the truth for years, you have not been pulled up not one time. Where's the person that we done this to? Where's the paperwork? But that's what you niggas just run with shit, man. Just like you was doing back then. Y'all was just running with your own allegations and your own charges. Even though you know it's a lie, you still wanted the Lord to be put to death, man. All right, let's see what happens.
I can make a point real quick. You might that Coach Redfield guy that's in Ukraine. What's his name? Leroy Gonzalez or something. And just to back up what you said, that even Pilate, a heathen, could see that Yahawashi was innocent. You had brothers doing a commentary on a clip from that guy, Leroy Gonzalez, the Coach Red Pill guy over in Ukraine, talking about how Tucker Carlson left Fox News. And he said the reason he had an issue is because the Biden administration was coming against what he called the African Hebrew Israelites. And while he was talking shit, he was saying, but they don't do anything. All they do is just preach what they say on the streets. They aren't out there like Black Lives Matter burning down buildings.
Yeah, we got a computer, incense in the Bible.
Yeah.
It's like, what are we doing, anybody, man? You got to
Tell them the truth. Yeah, the truth hurts,
burn
man.
the incense, man.
The truth hurts, man. That's how much. Like I say, this is gonna come back up to it, right? When the persecution comes, our faces get put up there on billboards, TV, all right? And you gonna have niggas out there that don't mind just kill them, just put them to death, man. That's what you niggas do, man. You niggas run just like the people in America. They're running a pack mentality, same as you Israelites. You 2/3 out there, man. You don't know what the hell going on, nor do you give a fuck, man. Just give us what Caesar has for us, man. All right, keep going.
That's the pride on our people, because when they said crucify him, they said that his blood be upon him. So it's like they didn't even care. Like, well,
They made that.
yeah, well, it is what it is. If it's not innocent.
Saying I am innocent of the blood of this person, of this just person, see ye to it. Verse 25, then answered all the people and said, his blood be on us and on our children.
Yeah, and it's slated for today, because there's another scripture where you go to where it says it should not be forgiven in you in this world, neither the world to come. And that's why it's slated for a lot of you in this world that's here. You can't get the truth, man. You can't get the. I don't give a damn how much sitting down, all right, on YouTube. You watching all the YouTube videos. You can pack in your goddamn brain, man. You can't get it, man. All right, you niggas, you can't pay for it. You can't do nothing, man. Okay, which one you got?
That you won't be forgiven in this world or the one to come.
Yeah, get it. Bring it up.
This is Matthew. This is Matthew 12:32. This is in red letters, so it's Yahawashi speaking. And whosoever speaketh a word against the Son of Man, it shall be forgiven him. But whosoever speaketh against the Holy Ghost, it shall not be forgiven him, neither in this world, neither in the world to come.
That was slated for you Israelites, man. All right, it wasn't forgiving you in the world to come, which we are in. That's why a lot of you Israelites, you got guys that come and go. All right, really being marked by the Most High, man. All right, you was those same niggas coming up against Yahawashi and the prophets. All right, you the same ones coming back today in the reincarnation, because reincarnation is in the scriptures, man. You coming back in the reincarnation doing the same very thing that you was doing in the past time. Right, everybody's on the scene, man. All right, you got the different Caesars, all right, and different higher ups, and back then they're here in power. You got the same prophets and teachers and the men that were teaching back then here teaching. You have the same 2/3, or the same, all right, the degenerates back then of the nation of Israel back here on the scene doing what they do, man. All right, teaching false doctrine, doing all sorts of manner of wickedness, man. All right, like I say it all the time. Just because you got cars, you got all this modern day time shit going on, and clothes and tennis shoes. All right, if you were to take those things away, it's still the same shit. It's still Roman togas, all right, and the same bullshit that's going on in Rome, man. All right, that's how you gotta look deep into the spirit. The same shit going. This is Rome. Matter of fact, all right, this is modern day Rome with a whole bunch of spins on it, man. And the people are back fulfilling prophecy to be judged for the end. 2/3 going to be judged, man. All right, knock that one out. You got. Then you said you had one, right?
Yeah. Hey, to back up what you were saying about the Lord keeping that 1/3, all right? It's 2 Ezra 9:21. It says, and I saw and spared it greatly, and I have kept me a grape of the cluster, a plant of a great people. And that grape of the cluster that the Lord kept is what? The 1/3. Going back to that Zechariah, man. All right. And in each incarnation, each reincarnation, the Lord have kept those same men. Those same men have been on the earth like the brother went into. Reincarnation is a real thing, man. And he's kept those men every time. But as it go on to say, verse 22, let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain. All right, the 2/3, okay? They're the multitude. They are, all right, those undesirables that the Lord chose not to keep. And it says, and let my grape be kept, and my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect. And that's the same as if there was a vineyard out here today. All right, you grab those grapes of the cluster, and you what? Hey, the ones that look choice to you, the ones that you handpicked. The Lord have handpicked his men. All right, the 1/3. And what do? As you was going into earlier, Yakana, about being refined. You go inside, you take that same grape of the cluster that you handpicked, you wash them off thoroughly, and that's what the Lord is doing with us. But those undesirables, those that have been wilted with the sun, been eaten by bugs, okay, those you just throw them away, man. And those are likened unto 2/3. You got it, brother.
And then that's it in a nutshell, man. All right, and like I said, you are slated to be put to death, and guess what? The Lord still gonna have mercy on you because he's gonna bring a lot of you back in the kingdom, man. All right, a lot of you still gonna get the kingdom. And it's sad to say, all right. But a lot of you, even in this time, you look. We say it all the time down here. You can look at some of these niggas, man. They need the kingdom, right? But go ahead. What you got?
This Mark chapter 4, verse 11.
Yeah, we'll go back to the Romans.
It says, and he said unto them, unto you it is given to know the mystery of the kingdom of our power, but unto them that are without, all these things are done in parables.
One more time, Bible discuss.
This Mark chapter 4, verse 11. It says, well, 10. It says, and when he was alone, they that were about him with the 12 asked of him the parable. And he said unto them, unto you it is given to know the mystery of the kingdom of our power.
Unto the elect, right? The men that are back then, it was the 12. Back then, it was slated for them to understand, all right, these different mysteries and parables and these dark sayings and riddles. Just like today, you know, the Lord gave it to out of all, 8 billion now, 8 billion people on the planet Earth, is only slated for 144,000 to get it, man. All right, and the 1/3 to get it. The understanding of the YAHAWASHI, the mysteries, the majesties of the Lord, man. All right, unto you it was what?
Unto you it was given.
It was given. This and what was given is the truth, man.
Yeah.
From on high. This is the gift from the Lord.
Freely given unto us.
Right. All right. This one bought up, all right, on a 1-800 number, man. This one, all right, this one given to us no other way but by YAHAWASHI. All right, go ahead.
It says in John 3:27 that a man can receive nothing except it be given him from the heavens.
That's right.
So go ahead. Given to you. It says, but unto them that are without.
Yeah, those that are without, not with the 12, not of the understanding of YAHAWASHI. The 2/3, all right. Go ahead.
All these things are done in parables.
All these things was spoken of the truth, all right, and what's surrounding the truth are done in parables, are done in mystery to them, man. The understanding of the revelations, the Daniels, the Ezra's, the different. Yeah, you know, Jake don't even know about the Apocrypha, man. But when you go into the deep matters of the Ezra's, all right, understanding the books of those different books, they'll have no understanding of it, man. Even the simple things, man. The milk Jake stumbled at, choke at, right? Because it was not slated for them to get it on this side. Okay? Before you bring that out, go back into that the Isaiah 6.
I got it.
Almost, I don't think it even came out. But go ahead. It's right here. What's next? Where is that?
I'm saying the seed, not the seed.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, whoever. Go ahead.
it's Isaiah chapter 6, verse 9. It says, and he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not.
Go what?
Go and tell this people,
Go ahead and tell this people, go ahead.
hear ye indeed, but understand not.
They hear ye indeed. They definitely hear us. They hear us on the highways and byways. All right, cutting up, preaching loud, man. That's what we preach, where everybody can hear. They can hear us on the highways and byways. All right. All right, they actually hear us on these videos, epistles, man, on the highways and byways. Whether they stumble on the videos or not. All right, or they definitely know they can hear us. Go ahead.
It says, and see indeed, but perceive not.
They can see us. They see us in the garments. They see us with the frankincense, everything, man. They can definitely got their eyes set upon us, but they can't perceive what's going on. And a lot of niggas jump off that trolley. Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Say, hey, Brad, what y'all doing, son? You know, or even out here, they might come up here. What are y'all doing? All right, this is the teachings of YAHAWASHI, all right? This is the part of building up our nation, which Jay can't get. Jay can't get it, man. Go ahead.
Verse 10, it says, make the heart of this people fat and make their ears heavy.
Go ahead. You want it.
And shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes and hear with their ears and understand and with their heart and convert and be healed.
Yeah. But you know, that's why he says shut their ears, close their eyes. All right? All right? Do things in their heart where they can't get it. The Lord don't want 2/3 of you niggas to get it, because we always get it. We get into it time and time again. On this side, in this Egypt, it's not like the old Egypt where the Lord sent Moses and Aaron, and everybody made it from out of the grips of them them long, tall, cone-head fucking Egyptians, man. But on this run, in this Egypt, with these new Egyptians, which is Esau, Edom, it ain't slated for everybody to make it on this side, man. That's why we go time and time again. We go into the book of Ezekiel, the 9th chapter. Is they gotta have that mark. Get that too. Ezekiel, the 9th chapter. Hold that one on deck. You gotta be slated to get this, man, from the Most High. If you don't have it, all right, you off with your goddamn ass, man. All right. But that was it, right? I wanted him to get this Romans 9 first.
This is Romans chapter 11, verse.
I'm getting him. Go ahead.
This is Romans chapter 11, verse 7. What then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for.
And it's telling you exactly what it's talking about. Israel, all right? Go ahead. Have not obtained that which is seeking for.
But the election hath obtained it.
But the election have obtained the what? The truth. That's what we have obtained. Go ahead.
And the rest were blinded.
But the rest of Israel were what?
Blinded.
They were blinded, man. Perfectly blinded from the Most High, man. The angels, that's what this brother was reading. The angels just blinded Israelites, man. Even into this present day. That's why we have a full understanding. Y'all running people off. No, we're not. We're not running nobody off. This is for the elect, man. We out there, we don't want everybody to get it. We just want the elect to get it, man. Right. Those who are slated to and destined through the predestination to get it, to receive the word, to actually follow after YAHAWASHI. We're not out there for everybody to get it. All that hollering and cussing. Y'all niggas is cussing. Then they cuss 5 seconds later. Yeah. You know?
Hey, the angel even told Esdras, because Esdras was feeling bad for Israel. Do you love Israel more than the Most High? It's only that election that's going to make it on this side, and that's the election that the men of the Lord are sent to and concerned with. Everybody else can kick rocks.
That's why we're not, like I said, we're not out there. We're not out there to actually, all right, doing some rich dad, poor dad book and scheme. Yeah, trying for you niggas to get it. No, we're not out there to do that, man. We out there to preach the truth of the matter and the prophecies, all right, that's slated for the world, and we out there for the elect to get it, man. That's it. All right, we already have a full understanding that the Lord is blinding you niggas, man. That's why even in this time, we all about really teaching the prophecies. We're not out there to really to get into debate with no niggas. Because hey, man, that's let the what it say?
Let the wicked be wicked
yeah,
still.
let the wicked be wicked still, man. We're gonna go a couple of scriptures with you, whatever like that. We ain't out here to really for you niggas to get it, man. It's too late in the game.
If a nigga can't get it, we're
We're
moving on.
Yeah, that was a great statement, man. Go ahead.
Verse 8, according as it is written, the Most High hath given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see.
Lord had given them niggas the spirit of slumber. A lot of you niggas asleep. You in a coma. You comatose, man. You deadheads. We see it all the time. We experience it week in and week out. Whether we at work, whether we in passing. Oh, I know you. You the YouTube guy, right? Yeah, you know, hey, brother, I know the truth. Yeah, you know the Lord named Yeshua. You just look at the nigga. You get that Metal Gear Solid thing come up. Yeah, brother, I'm about to.
Shalom.
Yeah, you just. Yeah, they can say Shalom, family. It's time to go, man. You know. And we see a lot of you guys are bugged out, man. A lot of you guys are bugged the hell out. Go ahead.
Eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear, unto this day.
Unto this very day, man. You can't get it. All right, and it's cool, man. Just get ready to wear them Hebrew huggies on the other side of things, man. All right, just keep doing it. Like at this point in the game, let's just niggas keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep doing the wickedness so the Lord can just put you to death. Keep being drug dealers, whores. All right, just all out niggas. All right, just keep doing the shit that you're doing, man. Because the Lord already, like I say, the Lord already got you slated to be put to death, man, on this side. And we very much in them times. All right, we talking in the future tense. It's happening now. It's happening now, man. The Lord is turning this thing up, man. All right, and in any day now, things can happen to where there's an economic collapse. All right, there's sedition amongst men, and you niggas gonna get persecuted. All right, you're gonna get rolled up on, man. All right, like you already.
I want to make a point.
All right, and it get you brothers over here. Whoever had knock some of y'all out.
Hey, that's why it's in Jeremiah the 15th chapter, all the things that's gonna happen to the 2/3, and we understand what's gonna happen, and we want that, man, because you just prolonging the kingdom, you know. You guys, I just want to say that.
All right. Ain't you? Any one of y'all had something? One of y'all? Yeah, go ahead. Okay, let's get some of them out. Knock them out the way real fast. Now come back over here.
Yeah, earlier, me and Kaya both, we was holding the same precept in that Mark 4. I just wanted to start up a little bit higher for this one verse in verse 9, Mark 4 and 9. And it said, and he said unto them, he that hath ears to hear, let him hear. And like I said, and that's obviously not going on hearing, because we all hear. And even I was just talking to the brother just now, if I'm not mistaken, it's the camp out there in Holland, and they're like a deaf camp. So it's not going off of the hearing, it's going off your understanding. You know, if you can understand this, you're going to understand this. But like I said, that's only permitted to a certain amount of men, to certain men, you know. But real quick.
Okay, I just 2 Corinthians 4 and 3. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost.
What did it say?
But if our gospel be hid,
Yeah, this gospel, this good news. All right. If this gospel be hid, it's hid to them that are blinded, man. All right, because the Lord is basically what the Lord have done in these last couple of years, man. The Lord has put this truth front and center to the world. All right. And like I said, we didn't heard the stories from the apostles and the elders of, you know, that have been around. At one time, they felt like this, nobody was getting it. And then what happened? Around the 07, it was just a boom. Then we came along. Then after that, it's been a boom of you brothers, man. All right. And guess what? This thing ain't hid, man. The Lord tell you, he don't hide the goddamn thing. Everything he does has been put in front and center, man. This truth been around for a while now to the point it's on the mainstream media, man. Lord calls certain events. What are they talking about? What are these black Hebrews? No, they try to say black Hebrew Israelites. That's what they say. But then what are these Hebrews they talking about, man? You got cats, Edomites, and different things. Hey man, Jake, I seen y'all in Chicago. I seen y'all out here. Y'all are, you know, other parts of the world, man. All right, but it ain't here. But what is here is just true to those that can't get it, man. That's what hit. Like the brother said, this ain't a thing of really your faculty, because we had a guy that was actually blind, literally blind. He at some point he got the truth. You got brothers that actually have situations where they're deaf, man. But the Lord gave what? Still gave them the truth. Still they out there teaching, man. That's why I say there's no excuse in this thing. You got my ass, my stomach, hey man, that shit gotta be down there coming off your ass, man. I'm going to go teach, man. You got goddamn excuses all the goddamn day, man. That scripture talking about making your body a living sacrifice, man. What are you doing? Oh, I'm taking the day off. Ain't no goddamn days off, man. Ain't no vacations in this truth, man.
Car broke down.
My car broke down and all that other shit, man. What the fuck you doing, man? If you feel like that, you come into that spirit, it's best that you stay your black ass at home, man. Leave it up to the men who's serious, man. Stop half-stepping and playing. Because if not, man, the Lord gonna roll on you. A lot of you guys that so-called in the truth, the Lord gonna start rolling on your ass, man. Killing you, man, because you've been bullshit playing. You're really not in this for the right means, man. You still got issues, hard issues, man. Okay, go ahead.
It is said to them that are lost, but in whom the power of this world have blinded the minds of them.
He purposely blinded the mind. We went through scripture to show you that the Lord has purposely, through the angels, blinded the minds of you people, man. You the 2/3 out there that you don't get it. The Lord for everybody. The Lord saves. That's all you niggas say, the same regurgitated shit, man.
You all love.
Yeah, he all love. I'm dousing the blood of Jesus.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you say that shit. Then you say when we bring out scriptures combating the shit that you saying through the scriptures, oh, see them niggas tripping. You gonna bust heaven and hell open. That's what you niggas say, man. Yeah. Because you just go ahead, Doc.
Minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Hamashiach, who is the image of Yahawah, should shine unto them.
Yeah. He don't want it to shine on nigga, man. Right? The Lord is sit there, all right. Just like I said before, this truth is like a diamond in the rough. It's like the elephant in the room, but yet you still can't see it, man. If an elephant was to stand right here, big as an elephant is, we can see it. That's a fucking elephant. It looks like an elephant, smell like an elephant, it moves like an elephant. But you niggas will say you don't see the goddamn thing. Which that's what you do with this truth. You niggas are ignorant, meaning you ignore the fact of the truth being present. You ignore the fact that we're bringing out scriptures on who the so-called white man is, who is Esau Edom. All right. What is the you actually ignore the fact of this present world and what is shifting into, going into World War III. You ignore the fact. Oh, we're gonna bounce back economically. The black dollars. Niggas say all type of dumb shit, man. With what effect of that at, man? Like this other goddamn residential park demon that be out here losing his fucking mind, pulling his hair. You niggas say all this shit about all these books and the black dollar, but nothing to back it up. All right. We coming with facts, man. Brothers can go in books, brothers can go into different literature, and ultimately going in these scriptures, man. And to prove our points, but you can't prove nothing, man. Go ahead, you got more? All right. Y'all hear anything? Okay, go ahead.
This second Ezra 14 and 45, it came to pass when the 40 days were fulfilled that the highest spake, saying, the first that thou hast written, published openly, that the worthy and the unworthy may read it.
Really, meaning these books, man. All right. The books of the Bible, including the Apocrypha. The Lord has given it really to the world. To the worthy, as you say, and the unworthy. Who are the worthy? The precious elect, and the 1/3. The unworthy is just the mass population of the world. Everybody got the Bible. Whether it be whatever they version they wanted it to be, everybody got the Bible, man. You see it all the time. You ride down the street, you see that crusted Bible sitting in that window, man. Look like it's been in there for 20 years or more. You go to different people's house. It's in the hotels, in the prison. It's every goddamn way, man.
It's openly hidden.
Right.
And everybody open it. Pastors is in churches. It's in everywhere. It's openly hidden.
Yeah, but do they have the understanding of it?
That's why it's openly hidden.
You ask, all right? Spiritually, we fuck with you. We ask you a question, what? Who created everything? Oh, God. God created everything. Or they say all type of dumb shit. You ask them who is Edom in the scriptures. They puzzled. They just show that you don't have no understanding, man. Right? You don't have no understanding of the scriptures. Go ahead.
It says, but keep the 70 last, that thou mayest deliver them only to such as be wise among the people.
Right. And those other books, which is the Apocrypha, all right, ultimately the understanding of these scriptures are being, there was unlocked only for the elect, man, to be broken down, to be gone through with the proper understanding of sound doctrine. A lot of these cats, they don't have sound doctrine. They're making up shit as they go. They're pulling out scriptures and things out their ass, man. Literally. All right. This is a remix, what it is, a Puff Daddy, genuine R. Kelly remix of the Bible, man. Bad boy remixing of the Bible, man. And it's just sad. The shit is sad. Every week there's a new doctrine going on, man. All right, there's a new doctrine and some new bullshit. All right, but that's why we know that you gotta stick to the scriptures, man. All right, you gotta stick to what's been taught to you by the elders apostles, man. And yes, they are the men of the Lord. It's clear as day. It's clear as day that these are the men. All right. Right along with the other men that have been set up under them, man. This is the thing of order, man. All those men that you see, the elder apostles, they men didn't ask to be in those positions. The different men you see throughout the states, they didn't ask for this. We was selected. All right, we was pulled out of the world and selected to be in the position that they're in. And it's evident who was set up, all right, and spearheaded to be those men, man. All right.
You make yourself a man of the Lord.
You can't make yourself a man of the Lord. You can't make yourself get this, man. All right. And then once you get it, you gotta go through the proper channels of keeping it, man. Studying and teaching and pushing yourself to get this truth. Because guess what, man? I think me and this brother was going into it one day on the phone. All right. The minute you see the apostles, they laid up for us. The men that came, that first wave, we got it. Scriptures, books, internet articles, all these things. Imagine if I was a lazy guy and laid around there for X amount of years and didn't do shit. Then when the next wave come in, I had nothing to give you, man. Nothing. I can't teach you how to be a man of the Lord through my actions and the way I act, my conduct, my behavior. Imagine if I just didn't do nothing in the scriptures and actually get the breakdowns of scripture. It should have been in the tailspin, man. Should have been all over the goddamn place. But that's why it's important for you men, you brothers here, to get it for the next wave, because the wave coming, man. The last wave of this thing, before all hell breaks loose, the Lord gonna allow men to come in. You got to be able to give them something, man.
You see, we don't labor for ourselves, but also for those that seek wisdom.
Yeah,
that's behind us.
Yeah,
that's coming in.
It's like having a vehicle, and you take care of the vehicle because at one time you're gonna give it up, but you don't want it. The next when you trade it in, it's all piece of shit, all that other shit. You laying up this thing for other men, man. All right, that's why you have to go and get it, meaning get the qualities of the men that set before you, the qualities of the elders, apostles, and the elders that's in your camp, how they act, how they can conduct themselves, the things that they do, processing certain situations and things that come into play. Even in scriptures, man, it's important that you get it. That like when other men in the camp ain't around, if you can dive in the scriptures and cut somebody up. You can give them the proper understanding. You don't have to call on the phone. Hey, brother, what that scripture is? Hey, hold on. Deal with him, Mark.
You
You can deal with him, man.
Put the phone
Yourself.
on speaker.
Yeah. You gotta do it's important. These things are important, man. Go ahead.
For in them and these men is such as be wise among the people.
Right.
For in them is the spring of understanding, the fountain of wisdom, and the stream of knowledge.
Yeah, all those things are unlocked and unleashed to the precious elect, man. The fountains of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. And it's important that you have it. It's important that you understand and have that name. Have that understanding, man. In these times, because we in some beautiful and the most top times of the world, man. All right, we can see that any day now the MOTB can be declared, man. All right, the markets of the economy are fragile. All right, which gonna lead up to other things. We can see this shit, man.
Food shortages.
Right. All right.
I got me.
You said one?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, that had them over there. Them come back over there.
Because like the elder was saying, these things are hitting to the world. But we could clearly see it, right? Being visionaries, right? Prophets are visionaries. They have it's a vision as a king. That's why he say, the eyes shall, blessed are your eyes for they see, and your ears for they hear. It says, but this is Song of Solomon 4:12. It says, a garden enclosed is my sister, my spouse, a spring shut up and a fountain sealed. So the men that has a spring of understanding, the fountain of wisdom and the stream of knowledge is sealed. It's sealed with them, man. The Lord got it with those men, and they're telling it to the world openly, man. All right, but though yet they can't what? They can't get the water, man. So they're gonna remain in drought. You got it.
Right. Yeah.
Drought.
Let them get them. They get something before them, right?
Yeah, like a few spirit, all over. But just real quick, to back up what you just said, though, it's Galatians 6:4. But let every man prove his own work, and then shall he have rejoicing in himself alone and not in another. Right? You got to prove your own work so that you're not relying on another man's understanding for you to make it through, man. There's gonna come a point where you're not gonna have Google, or you're not gonna have, the blue letter Bible. You're not gonna have the apostles or different brothers' pages to search on.
You're gonna have to rely for a season on it, man, because you're gonna have to trust that the Lord gonna deliver the truth into you through men. But then with the men that you're relying on is relying on you to rely on yourself, right? Go ahead.
You gotta
streamline it.
And you gotta want to get this.
That's a
You can't make y'all want to get it. You have to have something in yourself like, man, I want to be able to break down, virgin birth. I want to be able to explain who Esau is. I want to be able to explain why I'm Israelite. You got Jakes that can't explain why they're Israelite. Yeah, because Deuteronomy, it's like, come on, man, you got to know why you're Israelite, man. What are we doing?
And you gotta want to be the best at what you do.
Yeah.
Whether you be the cameraman plays an important role, right? The sign holders play an important role. The guys on the end play an important role. When you ask, and guess what? You just don't want to be complacent on those things. You should be a man. When you're in the truth, I want to learn to be a speaker. I want to learn how to actually be a reader and how to go through those various precepts. Some of you we gotta mark your scriptures up, man. All right, with precepts under certain other precepts. All right, and know where to go at, know how to be on top. All right, and you gotta be ready to cut them 2/3 niggas, man. In the other nations out here, because they're gonna come with the bull. They all come with the same regurgitated shit over and over again.
Yeah.
God lives, God loves. John 3:16. That's the most famous scripture there is. John 3:16. All right, which we cut, go through that time and time again, and it's easy to be combative. Niggas just gonna do shit to be seen. Go ahead.
If you get cut by a so-called Christian, you should be ashamed. This is our book. This is our heritage. And the Lord gave us an understanding. So if you get cut by one of these pastors or one of their flunkies, you should feel humiliated. You should go back and go harder. Study the scriptures, man.
I got one to back you up real quick. This is 2 Timothy 2:15. Study to shew thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth.
You know how to rightly divide the truth, man. All right, diving deep in them scriptures, man. That's important, right? Your conduct And the truth is important, man. At some point, you gotta put away the childish games, man. Right? You gotta learn to elevate, have the mindset of elevating in this thing, man. Even when the cameras are off.
You gotta start becoming an Israelite instead of being a Jake that knows he's an Israelite.
Israelite of the Most High.
Yeah, bring that one up. Okay. This is John 18, verse 19. The high priest then asked YAHAWASHI of his disciples and of his doctrine. YAHAWASHI answered him, I spake openly to the world. I ever taught in the synagogue and in the temple, whither the Jews always resort, and in secret have I said nothing.
Read one more time.
God. This is John 18 and 20. YAHAWASHI answered him, I spake openly to the world.
Which we do. We do with our master, all right, our king. We remember what he was doing back then, which all the prophets, all right, have come back in the different kingdoms that were set up, doing the same thing that the Lord was doing. That's why we suffer the same things the Lord went through, man. The persecution, you name it, man. So the way he was doing things, he taught openly. What he says?
I spake openly to the world.
That's why we're on the highways and byways. We're not hidden in the building. All right, we're not just internet prophets. And now got a commercial coming on, and you're sitting there with a back screen and all this other madness, man, gimmicks. We don't teach like that. We teach openly on the highways and byways, on Front Street, to the world, man. Where you can actually ask a question, and you get your question asked, man, and answered. My bad. All right, we talk. We teach on the highways and byways, man. We out there openly, man. Now, we're not like these pastors. These pastors are shut up in the building. You can't say a goddamn thing. You can't even ask a question. Then if you do ask a question, them niggas gonna refer you to somebody else, and they're gonna give you some bullshit answer, man.
Well, they leave out the back door.
Yeah.
Like I say, add to that. Like I said, in other words, they'll close that door. Everything that you come to ask us, the doors is open. If you want to look in there, you want to ask what it is, we give you the answer to it. But like I said, what the pastors do, they close that door. No, don't open that. We're not gonna go there. We're not going there.
Don't even ask that question. Why? You don't need to know that. Even these other Israelite groups, we don't need to know the Hebrew. You don't need to go into the Greek.
Hey, did you like the pastor? Say the book, that book is shut up. You ask about revelations to these pastors, or these really they're motivational speakers. They tell you that the books are closed, man. All right, they have no understanding, so that's why they can't go through it. All right, go ahead.
I ever taught in the synagogue and in the temple, whither the Jews always resort, and in secret have I said nothing.
Yeah, in secret we have said nothing, man. All right, that's why that guy Tucker Carlson can say what he said. We ain't doing nothing, man. All right, we're not. You don't see us out here burning crosses, hanging people, putting people to death, doing none of that shit. All we're doing is teaching the Bible and striking fear in really the higher ups, man. You people that you're really in your spirit too. A lot of you, like I said, these scriptures cut 2/3. That's why you niggas come up against us the way you do, because you're the people from old, man. All right, you just like. Give me John 10:10. You're just like your daddy Esau, man. Right, that's why it hurts, man. The truth hurts. Right. That other scripture says, they hate him who rebuked it at the gate.
You want John 7:48. You father the devil. That's the one you want. You father the devil, the tender, the thief coming, not to steal, kill, and destroy.
Yeah, that's the one I wanted too.
Okay.
That's John.
Because they come in just like the so-called white man. You can get both of them, but they come in just like the so-called white man. Because they want to spiritually murder us, man. If it was given the opportunity, it's like if Esau was to put a bulletin board up, a PSA on what do you call it?
A bounty.
A PSA.
Public
Public service announcement on TV, and to put a bounty on us, niggas would hunt us down, man. Esau and Jake would do it, man. How much? 150,000 a head. Oh, they niggas gonna tear it down looking for us, man.
After the dollar collapse.
You know? You know, niggas will do that shit, man. So that's why I say 2/3 are coming like the so-called white man. That's why you niggas act like the white man. All right? That's why Esau come out there talking shit. Well, y'all do this shit. Well, we learn from the best. We learn from your motherfucking ass, man. Okay? And I said, yes, I said it. I cussed. Go ahead.
It's John 10:10.
If you can't and don't like what we're saying, close your goddamn ears, man.
Right.
But go to another channel.
Go watch this.
Go ahead.
John 10:10. The thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy.
Yeah. Just as the 2/3 do, man. You niggas, you come to kill, steal, and destroy, man. Just like the so-called white man does, man. You have no better thing to do to come up and debate shit that you don't know. All right. Then you wanna hurt us. All right. Nigga you get cut so bad, which we understand the scripture tell you in Hebrews how this sword, this two-edged sword, how it deals out and administers punishment to the wicked, man. Niggas that ain't right, man. Yeah. The scripture says it's a discerning of the heart and spirit, man. This shit cut you so bad you want to hurt us. All right. Niggas get hurt. Niggas be hurting. Niggas be hurting out on that block, man. All right, go ahead. That's a little bit more.
On that, but while I'm in John, I just want to get this real quick. This is going to this is St. John 16, verse. I'll start at the top. These things have I spoken unto you, this YAHAWASHI speaking, that ye should not be offended. They shall put you out of the synagogues. Yea, the time cometh that whosoever killeth you will think that he doeth the Most High service.
Right. That still counts for this day too, man. Nigga think they be doing the Most High some service, man. Got that wicked ass nigga out of here.
You think we wicked?
Yeah. Nigga teaching about the devil. You see them got the horns on. Cause y'all think Caesar Borgia is the Lord, man. They put the horns on your nigga devil worshippers. Why didn't say anything? And you ask him, read the sign. Jacob, read. If he can read, nigga. Read Revelation. The devil worshippers.
Jesus.
What's the most important thing on the sign, brother? I don't know. You got the horn. No, nigga, right here in the blue. This picture is not biblical, man. You know, you niggas gone, man. All right, you gone. You think that's the Lord? That's not the Lord. And always, and what you don't get in your mind. We got a picture of Caesar Borgia. You have a picture a rendering of how a depiction of how the Lord looks in the Bible, but they don't want to register with you niggas, man. Because you only want to believe what you want to believe. You want to believe what's been taught to you. And I'm talking about you 2/3. You only want to believe what's been taught to you by Big Mama, Uncle Jesse, all right, and that white ass pastor that y'all go to, man.
You got cognitive dissonance.
You know, you just want to, you want to believe what you want to believe, man. And that's why we know it's cool. We don't really even get into it. You niggas like believe whatever you want to believe. We so much at the end of this shit, man. Go ahead and do you, as y'all say. Do whatever the hell you want to do. All right? But we know what's coming behind it, man. That, give me the other one.
I got it.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah.
The one
The conscience is sealed with a high iron. I got the John 8. There your father with them.
okay, yeah.
This John 8 and 43 says, why do ye not understand my speech? Even because ye cannot hear my word.
The same thing we've been going into.
That's why I read it.
The reason why you don't understand the speech or the what we're bringing out because it wasn't because what it say?
Why do ye not understand my speech? Question mark. Even because ye cannot hear my word.
And then you weren't given it to hear. It wasn't this is only for, we keep going into this time and time again. This truth is only for a special people, a members only group, a VIP, man. All right, everybody can't get this. If everybody can get this, the church won't be packed tomorrow, man. It won't be packed.
This will be packed. By the truth, the truth tells.
Yeah, it wouldn't. Hey man, the churches won't be around the goddamn corner. What you niggas gonna fill up tomorrow, man? You're gonna fill up the churches, all different type of denominations and shit. You name it, man. All right. Then you got certain guys playing both sides. You know about the truth, and you still going your ass to church, man, which is off. You might as well just go, hey man, just go 100% into the church, man. Just go do your shit, man. All right. Because the Lord gonna still give you the same thing as if you was fully born in the church, man.
It's gonna get it worse because you know better.
Yeah, you know better, man. Playing with the Lord's name, man. All right, go ahead.
It says, ye, John 8:44, ye are of your father, the devil.
Yeah. And the Lord was getting on you, he was getting on you niggas, man. You 2/3 back then. Right? He was getting on Israelites, man. He said, you are your father, which you was, you know how, like I said, I done been on the football team, doing shit. We didn't play with, we didn't have coaches have a guy he might like. He might, hey man, that your boy, your daddy, bro. You know, you know, that's your daddy, man. You seen Jake get all mad, flared up and shit. But that's what the Lord was doing you, man. He was saying that the white man, y'all daddy, man. 2/3, and the white man is 2/3 of you niggas daddy, man. Especially that black woman, man. You wicked ass, not all of you, but the bulk of you that are wicked, that are, you know, out here doing your thing, the white man, your daddy, man. Go ahead.
It says, and the lust of your father ye will do.
Yeah, so whatever lust of your father, whatever he does, you're gonna do, man. That's why you niggas try to mimic him, you try to talk like him. That's why I say some of you niggas, man, you know, I could be doing something with my back turned to the TV, but if you're not looking at the TV, the nigga sounds so much like an Edomite to where if you close your eyes and you turn around, the nigga, you'll think that's an Edomite. So it's a bald head nigga, man.
Smooth face.
Oh, Keisha. I mean, y'all. You know, Keisha be going, she be doing that thing. She got man talking to the white man, hey, be bargaining. Yeah. That's a whole, just a whole chick, man.
Even work is ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. Showing her best behavior, boy. Honey, you want some cakes? That bitch bringing, now, put that same situation when she working on a bunch of jigs. Yeah. That's down there. And then they got an attitude, man. But when it said the lust of your father, you would do, right? Yeah. So whatever your daddy does, the lust of the things he into, you into. Go ahead.
He was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth.
Yeah.
Because there's no truth in him.
It ain't no truth in 2/3 of you, man. It's no truth in it. It's no truth in the nigga, man. It's nothing but lies, deception, deceit, and murder.
Right.
All right. Everything you niggas do is malicious intent behind it, man. All right. And we, like I said, we understand it because we were once in the world. The world is cold, man, out there. Niggas don't give a damn about your ass. Don't give a damn. Let you go around them niggas and change a flat. Them niggas will rob your ass. Might kill you. All right. 2/3. We talking about 2/3 today, man. We don't want you niggas ass today. Go ahead.
When we speak it, when he speaketh a lie, he's speaking of his own.
Yeah.
For he is a liar and a father of it.
Yeah. And you niggas are too. 2/3 of you niggas are you just like the white man. Yeah, said I bought this 2024 Benz. Nigga lying, nigga stay with his mama. Nigga, we know a couple niggas like that, man. Niggas, everything come out of your mouth is a lie, man. Like I said before, if you niggas got an apartment, nigga gonna say you got a condo. If you got a condo, you say you got a penthouse. If you got a penthouse, the nigga say you got a compound. That's what you niggas lying, brother. Niggas just lying. Nigga drive a Chevy Volt, a Chevy Cobalt. That nigga say he got a goddamn some shit that ain't even made yet, man. nigga just lying, brother, all day for no goddamn reason, man.
Yeah, because it says when you speak a lie, he's speaking of his own. So you just like the devil.
Yeah, he's all about speaking and boasting himself up, man.
That's right.
His so-called wicked accomplishments in his wicked life, this Satan's playground, man. That's all America is. It's a playground for Satan and those who have to, after the vibration of Satan, man. Which you niggas all after that, man. You all about $1 in the worst wicked way, man. You about getting it however you can get it. That's Juven's song, turning a dollar out of 15 cents or some shit. What do you say? Yeah, well, however that nigga said, that nigga mean that, man. These 2/3, these niggas ain't right. All right, we said 2/3, you niggas ain't right, okay? And we base that on facts of the things you do and say and will do. You put a nigga in a right wrong situation, he gonna do that shit. He gonna do that shit, man. He gonna lie. He gonna steal. and you gonna commit some goddamn adultery. All right, go ahead.
It says, and this is the reason why we know y'all not right. It says, and because I tell you the truth, ye believe me not.
Yeah.
So that's how we know that he not right. Because we telling y'all the truth. It's like how y'all don't believe us, man. You make us an enemy for what we telling y'all, right? Well, because of the truth, y'all. That was it. I'm finished.
It's Romans chapter 10. We'll start at 14. How then shall they call on him in whom they have not believed? And how shall they believe in him in whom they have not heard? And how shall they hear without a preacher? And how shall they preach except they be sent? As it is written, how beautiful are the feet of them that preach the gospel of peace and bring glad tidings of good things. That's the point. But they have not all obeyed the gospel. For Isaiah saith, YAHAWAH, who have believed our report? So then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of the Most High. But I say, have they not heard? Yes, verily. Their sound went into all the earth, and their words unto the ends of the world. So everybody heard this, man. This word has gone out to every language, every culture, and it goes out 24/7 in different languages. There's no excuse. Jake heard this. Jake heard it on World Star, Twitter,
Kanye.
TikTok, Kanye, the ball playing nigga, Kyrie. Yeah, every Jake knows they're an Israelite. So
Even that black ass nigga down there in Florida call himself Kodak Black.
yeah. Oh, Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, y'all ain't heard from yet, man.
Jake has no excuse. But the Lord, he deliberately closed their eyes so they couldn't see. Even though they're looking at it, they can't see it.
No clue for even listen.
No clue. Yeah.
That's why the scripture says the same should know it by death by pain. That's how you're gonna find out the truth, man. If this was on that last gasp for air, all right, on that way of checking out all these things that was told to you, whether via video or in front of us, is gonna flash back in your goddamn mind. And they telling the truth. You won't give up the ghost. All right.
Like justice getting eaten out by a pack of dogs.
Yeah.
I got one for you.
Hey, go ahead.
This is Matthew 13.
Oh, yeah, he been holding. All right, go ahead.
This is Matthew 13. I'm starting verse 9. Who hath ears to hear, let him hear. And the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given.
Yeah, it wasn't given. And same to this day. We speak, all right, because we are the mouthpiece of the Most High, all right? All right, this is where the Most High gets it out through spiritual holy men. He gets his truth out that way through men. All right. But when we speak it the same way. We speaking it plain.
We breaking it down, but it's still a parable.
We're speaking it plain, but when it's pushed out to you, to your ears, it's like the brother says, it's spoken in a parable. It's spoken in a way that you can't get it. It's like a riddle. It's like when you see those rappers rapping and they hit a punchline, or a nigga be so deep. Like for instance, when I listen to a guy like Loaded Lux, I get everything he understands, anything he's saying. Even a guy like the old Wayne back then, you hear him rap, and nigga, he's saying this, saying that deep. You know, he going into some deep shit. When you niggas hear it, you niggas stop. You can't. Man, I don't like that nigga, man. Nigga. And it's a lot of guys. Like for instance, if you into that type of stuff, it's a lot of guys that don't like Loaded Lux because he's just too deep. All right, which you don't even be getting deep. You should be.
It's to be different. Yeah, it's just wordplay. Same
thing with this. This the wordplay. You niggas, you know, it's a stumbling block to you, man. Go back to it's a scripture. I think it's in Romans. I'll tell you about basically how YAHAWASHI is a stumbling block. It's Romans. I
think it's in 11.
Yes, in 11. Yeah, it's in 11. You gotta keep going down something.
Yeah.
Because yeah, because even YAHAWASHI himself is a stumbling block to a lot of people, man. And they just can't get it. No matter how much, like I said, we break it down to you. I'm gonna tell you something too. Just us, not only Yahawashi is stumbling block, but just us alone. Some of you guys, you just can't get it because he teach the way that God talking irritates you. The way we look irritates you, man. Right? The garment. Go ahead.
The age. Certain brothers can't believe, oh, this man 10 years younger than me, and he no more. Nah, I can't learn from him. Yeah, you're a young whippersnapper, you know.
Yeah.
That's why he come up there and say, how old y'all are? It don't matter.
Yeah.
The truth don't have age. It's like fine wine. It's fine wine. Yeah. You have an age on it. The truth don't have age
How
on
was Yahawashi when he was teaching in the temple with the elders?
it. What age?
Just cut Pharisees at 12.
Yeah, man.
Truth don't have an age.
Just.
You know, and those things, just on those things is a stumbling block to you. And how the Lord chose younger men in these times to preach his word over guys that's so-called gray head, the salt and pepper guys, man.
Yeah.
All right? Which that don't matter. We got older men in this thing, we got younger men in this thing, man. We got actually guys that just so-called getting out of high school. All right? Now we're in that time too. We got actually Israelites now where you might have their pops or their moms somewhere in the truth, and they're born into the truth now, man. Because we didn't, you know, they had certain brothers. I remember when certain brothers in the truth had babies, man. Now those babies are up. They've been brought up in the word of the Lord, man. You got brothers, daughters, and sons saying, Yahawashi, Yahawashi, man.
Never learned Jesus.
Yeah, they never learned Jesus. You know, they never, you know, we don't know, but they never tasted swine, man. You know? Well, go ahead. You had that one, right?
I ain't have nothing to call. I got something for you.
Yeah, I said no. Okay. Yeah. No, you said you had something.
Not the wrong.
You want to bring it out first?
Nah, knock yours out.
It's Matthew chapter 11 and verse 15, and it reads, "He that hath ears to hear, let him hear. But whereunto shall I liken this generation? It is like unto children sitting in markets and calling unto their fellows and saying, we have piped unto you, and ye have not danced."
Yeah, that's what we're doing now. This is a form of a song, music, a certain frequency. We, like I said, we on FM Q93, and you niggas on AM. We're piping a song on you, and you niggas is just not dancing. You're not getting down with the program, which we understand too. It's not given to the masses of people out here to understand this song called the truth, man. All right? Yeah, this is a stumbling block to you, man. You just can't get it. Just like you got certain people got, a lot of you niggas got certain preferences. Yeah. All right. You got this preference about or this misconceived this notion about how, preconceived notion of how the truth supposed to be in your goddamn mind. How God is. Yeah, how God is. In the way, to tell you that we preach after the way that Yahawashi never shot, man. How the men were back then. The men in the scriptures, when you read the scriptures for yourself, they were rough, man.
That's right.
They were rough men. And some brothers teach rough, some brothers teach gentle, man. You can't have a preference in it. You can't. That's just a stumbling block to you too. You can't get that. It ain't cuss. Which there ain't no such thing as curse words in the Bible, man. All right. You want to have a preference to where. That's why a lot of you guys are still sitting at home watching the videos, bullshit, man. Because you got a preference. Oh, they got to be sunny. The bird got to be turned. Can't rain today. Can't be too hot. Can't be too cold. All right. Oh, the leader of the camp. I don't like the way how he just his head shake. He's serious. Huh? He's serious. Yeah, too serious. Oh, the signs. And look at the sign. You can't, hey, that's on you. If that causes you not to follow the Lord, hey, so be it, man. That's why I say even the teachings, the doctrine is a stumbling block to a lot of you guys. All right.
Elder, if I could add along what you just said, I was just watching a video probably yesterday with the Elder RFID, and it goes exactly to what you said. A requirement of being in this truth is adaptation. You have to be able to adapt to anything and everything. You know, the spirit moves how it moves, and just how the men speak. Different men speak how they speak. But that is a very high requirement of adaptation in the truth.
Yeah. Because a lot of you just tuning in, man. All right, you just tuning in. You didn't see the other years of process, me and certain other brothers growing into what we are now. You didn't see that process. You just tuning your ass in.
You gotta catch up.
Yeah,
You gotta catch up. Yes.
and this truth have evolved, man. The apostles have evolved into bigger, and greater men than they are, man. You just tuning your ass. You didn't see the process of me struggling and trying to get this and then blossom into what it is, man. Just because you might tune into one day, brother Raw, that just supersedes every goddamn thing else of what he's saying as far as the truth. So one day you tune in. It might be that one time you tune in, you hearing everything pleasant and nice. And then that another day comes, the brother Raw, you just, oh, hell with it. It can't be the truth. Yeah, it can't be the truth, man. He's talking about the black queen. Brenda had a baby.
That's it.
It's true, man. Yeah. If Brenda had a baby, niggas, man, you niggas are gone, man. Go ahead, brother.
Other Yahawah at this point, he was like, if you were to take a glimpse of YAHAWASHI when he was cussing out people and he was upgrading the city, if you were to just take a snapshot of that, it would just seem like a madman. You gotta look at a man's whole story.
Yeah, I look at a particular book. They call YAHAWASHI. They call YAHAWASHI a rebel, man. You know, and that was in the Roman Empire. They called him a rebel. They called him, you know, he was a hell raiser, man. A guy that just stirring up all type of riots and shit. Fights broke out, man. Behind this truth. Yeah, go ahead. Hey, I better keep it down, bro.
Just to back the point you were making.
Go ahead.
1 Peter 2:18. Servants, be subject to your masters with all fear, not only to the good and gentle, but also to the froward.
Read it again. Read it again.
This is 1 Peter 2:18. Servants, be subject to your masters with all fear.
Servants, man. You that follow after the truth, right? Be subject. Somebody give me that word subject, man. All right, you got to be subject. Because I remember a couple of years back, there was all God's mind. Yeah, when kaboom, when brothers talking about masters, man. And we have masters in this thing.
You gotta know the word master.
Yeah. It matter, even though we brought it out, dictionary.com, etymology.com, niggas' mind still just exploded in their head, man. All right? When you under the tutorship of this truth, you have a master. Right? Just anything. Floyd Mayweather had a master. It was called Roger Mayweather and Floyd Senior Mayweather, man.
Nobody
And
was born an
Jeff.
expert.
Yeah, this say can I say something? You kind of you throwing me off. What you about to say though?
I was gonna say nobody was born an expert. They had to learn whatever skill or craft they in right now.
Right. And like I said, everybody, whether it be boxing, whether it be mixed martial arts, anything, a person has a guy that's showing you the ropes. All right, a master. Just like I said, we have the elder apostles. All right, and those men show brothers the right way how to do it. That's why we say rule well and teach well, man. All right, and it just is what it is. Go ahead, Doc.
It's that word subject. This upatasso, it says to arrange under, to subordinate,
To arrange under. Go ahead.
to subject oneself, obey.
To subject oneself to obey. All right? Go ahead.
To yield to one's admonition or advice.
To yield to one's what?
Admonition or advice.
Admonition or advice. Come. In which brother gives sound advice. And also, guess what? Sometimes the master, the elders apostles say that come number time. Hey, I learned from you, brother. Sometimes some brothers put out videos so heavy. The elders learn because we always learning, man. Just because those men been in the truth 30 plus, almost 40 years now, they learn from the men that's under them. That they actually, because they are spiritual parents, they learn from us, man. Just like we learn from them. This is a revolving door of knowledge, man, that's going on. And then when we all together, guess what? We are more powerful in knowledge. You got brothers that if you pack all us together and add the numbers up, that's a lot of knowledge, man. But you know things that I probably don't know. And I know things that you probably don't know, man. But when it all comes together, it's powerful, man. All right? And we ain't, like I said, we ain't out here knowledge hard knowledge to ourselves. This ain't for me, man. This is for YAHAWASHI. YAHAWASHI told, what I gave you, you go out there and give it to others, man, that they may know. All right, go ahead.
You know, it's to glorify ourselves either.
Yeah, with some men are.
Yeah.
Some men are in there to glorify themselves, man. The biggest nigga got them, the Vegeta got their Vegeta going on this shit, man. I'm serious. You put an edit point on him, that nigga look like Vegeta out here, man. All this shit, big, yeah, bands and boots and shit, man. Jake be looking crazy. Like one nigga had 2 dead foxes on him, man. That nigga trying to glorify, seeking preeminence, man. Nigga had 2 dead coyotes, man. Oh, what the fuck that was? It's just sitting on here up there like a Power Ranger, man. Jake thrown off, man.
It ain't teaching no scriptures.
At all, man. You got the other nigga we ran into, remember? He on a video like this. Big black bald headed nigga, man. Yeah, that's
shirt buttoned up.
yeah.
Wait,
His polo was all over.
he had a turtleneck polo.
God damn, man. Yeah, like this. Jake Bug, man, Jake gone, bro. Go ahead.
To obey, to be subject. This word was a Greek military term meaning to arrange troops in divisions in military fashion under the command of a leader.
Under the command of the leader. All right, and then when them guys in the military, they have a lieutenant, a captain, somebody that's over them that they obey and listen to, man.
Yeah. Jake understand order perfectly when it comes to Esau shit.
Oh, yeah.
Corporate America, the military.
That job.
Yeah.
Well, they can have a boss, but not a master.
Yeah.
Which is the same thing. Exactly. It's the same thing right here.
It says in non-military use, it was a voluntary attitude of giving in.
What?
A voluntary attitude of giving in, cooperating, assuming responsibility, and carrying a burden.
Coming under a man. Because sometimes, and I done seen it with the other parts, sometimes they might tell you something in your mind, you may seem a little, why would he tell me that? Well, but he's really trying you to see if you just obey orders, man. Hey, brother, I understand where you at. Just stand right there, take notes. We'll see what you do. Jay can't do that. I gotta do it, man. You know?
Feel like I ain't serving the hour job. I'm doing.
Yeah. But that's the plot of every kung fu book. The master don't just teach the student right away. You gotta, okay, is this guy humble? If you're not humble, I ain't gonna teach him how to kill people. Yeah, wisdom tries.
Starts to try.
Like I said before, a real, and like I said, I learned it from being around. You know, I was, gracious enough to be around Elder Rakar, Elder Gabor and Rumblock in passing. And you learn just in them men's actions off the camera, you learning something. Because a true master, a true teacher, even when he's not teaching, he's teaching, man. Just the nuggets, the golden nuggets he's dropping, the jewels he's dropping, just in a talk about life. You're picking up those things. The stories of times past. You're learning things, man. And this is in the action and the way they conduct themselves, the way they're just meticulous about certain things they do and how you learn it, man. What you around for? You ain't learning nothing. You just run here looking on, what the fuck going on, man? You all zapped out like the guy from Futurama and shit. Hey man, pick up the nuggets. Pick it up.
If I can say it's unacceptable to not know or have understanding this knowledge and you're around and in this parameter of men, which is teaching the wisdom and knowledge you need are things you carry, man. It's really unacceptable. I got the word master for you.
Oh, go ahead.
This master, it says a man having control or authority over a place, a teacher or tutor of children. Which, when it says in, I believe Galatians 4:2, we are the governors and tutors to the time appointed. That's the masters, man. Right? This got some smoke in here. It says a chief head, director, a teacher, it says, he who is greater, right? Mag, you get master from mag, which it means great or influenced by. It says, as man eminently or perfectly skilled in something, which the men that we learn under are perfectly skilled in the word of the Lord, man. It says a wisdom rain down skill, right? So we have to get under masters to learn the skills, man.
You know, when and how to apply to the skills, man.
Who is coming?
Whereas
One who is chief teacher of another in religion or philosophy, man. A religious instructor, a spiritual guide.
well, you know,
Come
a lot
on,
of times those religions talking about in discipline, man.
That's right.
All right, because this is you get into this, you get yeah, you learn how to worship and you learn how to get in discipline of the ways of YAHAWASHI, man.
Right, disciple.
How to be a disciple, right? And it's just that's just what it is. Where you had something? You got a little more?
The meaning, one chain charge with the care, direction, oversight, and the control of an office or business, or one, you know, the office.
There's plenty of scriptures about how this is a business. This is a spiritual business, all right? That the Lord put us over, and it has to be run. It has to be ran right, man, in order. That's what scripture says. Let everything be done decently in order, man. And there's orders, there's things how protocols and things how things supposed to go, man. And all this is set up to do what? That the word of the Lord be taught in the right way, man. Not to be held up by our own what it is, ego and pride, man. Go ahead.
In the broadest sense, which shows you that the men that is dealing and over us, they do have particular things that they can do according to what you may not see as foresight. It says in a broader sense, one who has power to control, use, or dispose of something or some quality at his will, which the Lord, so those men institute particular orders or give us certain things to do that will be in the spirit of the Lord, because he got the right to do and dispose things at his will, man. For, you know, for the men that's under him. So they be like, how you saying that? Or what he did that for? It be a spirit of the Lord working through him. You got it.
If I could say, and that's what trusting in the Lord come in there. Because if you don't trust the man in front of you or the man that's over you to give you a certain particular order to do something, then what you really doing?
As will.
Yeah, I trust you brothers to give, you know, if you tell me to do something, you know, and I know you brothers look at it as the apostles, you know, the apostle, if they tell you to do something, you're gonna do it. You have the faith in the Lord, all right, that he put these men over you for a reason. Right. You got it, bro.
Ain't nobody lording over nobody, man.
That's right.
You know, I was bringing them out as a small example too. Go ahead, bring them out.
It's 2 Corinthians chapter 12, and I started 11. It says, I am become a fool in glorifying, ye have compelled me, for I ought to have been commended of you, for in nothing am I behind the very chiefest apostles, though I be nothing. Truly the signs of an apostle were wrought among you in all patience and signs and wonders and mighty deeds. For what is it wherein that you are inferior to other churches, except it be that I myself not burdensome to you? Forgive me for this wrong. Behold, the third time I am ready to come to you, and I will not be burdensome to you, for I seek not yours, but you.
Yeah.
For the children ought not to lay up for the parents, but the parents for the children.
There's another one though. It said, it's Paul talking about receiving money so that I have not power. I can't remember. It's in the New Testament though. It kind of escaped.
When he say he wants you and not what you have.
No, that's the one he read right there. There's another one that he said, it said something about that I have not power.
Oh no, he could have had power, but he didn't use it.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, he had the power, but he didn't use it.
Yeah,
He didn't abuse his power.
You had mentioned this earlier. We'll start at the top there. This Galatians 4, starting at 1. It says, now I say that the heir, as long as he is a child, differeth nothing from a servant, though he be Lord of all. So we got to be like little children when we come to the truth. And a child is like a servant. It says, but is under tutors and governors, masters until the time appointed of the Father. So you basically come into this truth to serve, to learn how to better serve YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. That starts with serving elders, serving brothers, learn how to be a servant.
Bring it up. Got it.
As 2 Thessalonians 3, verse 8. Neither did we eat any man's bread for naught, but worked with labor and travail night and day, that we might not be chargeable to any of you, not because we have not power, but to make ourselves an example unto you to follow us.
Bringing that back into the master, because the masters sometimes brothers have power to do and say certain things, but they just don't. You know. And then, like I said, it just be like that sometimes. It just depends. It depends on whoever the elder or the apostle is, man. Some of them raw, some of them it's mellow, some of them just cool, man. And like I said, sometimes it depends on the day. It just depends on the day. You know what I'm saying? Which we all like that. Sometimes you just be raw in the spirit, man. All right, but does that make the man, does make the man not great? You don't represent? No, it is what it is, man. You know.
You read that earlier, like Peter. Be subject to your masters, both
Gentle
and cruel.
Yeah, he was full.
Yeah, very full. He was gentle too.
Yeah, gentle too. And he served. That was the whole situation of washing the feet of the disciples was about. And Peter was like, "Oh no, I can't do that." And he said, "Well, if you don't let me do this, you might as well just go about your business, Peter." And Peter was, Peter was his man. That was his man. It was it not? He said, "On the you, I'm gonna do what? Lay this rock, right?" So he was straightforward with it, man. He was straightforward. It is something that it is what it is,
That was it.
That was it. Yeah.
This is
You had something?
No.
You don't have somebody?
It kind of changed, but I mean, I guess we still could apply it though. Sirach 39 and 24. As his ways are plain unto the holy, so are they stumbling blocks unto the wicked.
Read it one more time.
Okay, this is Sirach 39 and 24. As his ways are plain unto the holy.
See, his ways. Where are the ways of YAHAWASHI is found in these scriptures? His ways are plain unto the holy. All right, those that are set apart. All right, that are pretty much seeking after him. The ways of the Lord are plain unto them. But it says what?
So are they stumbling blocks unto the wicked.
But these same ways, these same scriptures, the same ways are stumbling block to the wicked. All right? The wicked gonna find every excuse, every little small knick-knack thing to try to, go back and forth on why this ain't the right way. Why this and that. Niggas argue about anything, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, that was it.
That was it?
Yeah, look, I had two, and then it is his ways too. Like you said, you got older men, younger men in this thing, men that know a lot, men that don't know much, It's all in his ways too, man. All his plans, and that's a stumbling block for Jake when they come up. Like, oh, these guys, it should be one of y'all. Y'all look older. Why y'all ain't to leave the camp? Shit like that.
Right.
Why is he teaching? He can't teach me nothing. Shit like that. You do me. Yeah, so you deal with him. But it's all the way to post out, man.
Yeah, that was your niggas' problem back then, man. That's how we know that you the people. You was doing that same shit to Moses, man. No more talking, Moses. We don't want to talk. You want to talk to the big man himself. They're like, hey man, I don't know if that's what you want to do. What you niggas still insist on talking to the Most High. So the Most High to come down and shake shit up to where you niggas, oh no, we don't want to talk to him. We'd rather deal with you. You niggas always had a preference about shit, man. What you have today? You niggas always had a, huh? What you about to say?
I said, oh yeah, still don't be satisfied.
You still don't be satisfied, man. There's no way to please. The only way to please you niggas is putting a lot of you niggas to death, man.
Right.
All these goddamn purposes you got, man. Who you think and who you believe to be the men in the Lord and shit, man. When the Lord says it's set up and set dead in your goddamn face, man. You just don't like it. Right? We just don't say what you want us to say. All right?
How you want us to say it.
How you want us to say it, man. Like I said, if imminent danger was set in place anybody out here, like, them just going off the cussing thing. The imminent danger, we was on a construction site, all this goddamn machinery, wrecking balls flying around, and you in the way just, man, get the effort, you gonna get the hell out the way, man. Oh, that hurts your feelings. I'm ready to quit. That's you niggas, man. But when you go out there to those different sites like that, refineries, construction, anything with heavy machinery, the men talk like that, man. Still, very austere, very direct, to the point, man. But you might not know that because hey, man, you niggas been there piss smart all your goddamn life, man. I don't know, but the men, real men talk rough, man.
Yeah.
Just like those men in the street was very rough. Very, very rough, man. Like I said, to the point, niggas' feelings got hurt, man. Okay? But that's the thing about it. And like I say, the Lord set those things up in plain sight for it to be a stumbling block to you. Like I said, a lot of your feelings get hurt off the very most smallest thing, man. Okay? You still have that, yeah.
This is 1 Timothy 6, verse 1. Let as many servants as are under the yoke count their own masters worthy of all honor, that the name of the Most High and his doctrine be not blasphemed. And they that have believing masters, let them not despise them because they are brethren, but rather do them service because they are faithful and beloved, partakers of the benefit.
Yeah, and look at the apostles, man. 40, almost 40, 30 plus, 35 plus years, 40 years, man. More. Let them be honored, man, of that. Double honors of that, man. Because look how much they dedicated lives to the faith, right? And so much more, you brothers that can't just coming in. The men that set up, elder brothers that set up before you. Look how long they have, in which a lot of times it's been a short time, you know what I'm saying? It's a short time, but hey, those are the men that fought for YAHAWASHI that stood stiffly, man. And continue to stay stiffly through all the bullshit. Okay, go ahead.
These things teach and exhort.
Yeah. That's why we talk about, a lot of times we get into the old videos and different things, the apostles' teachings and how they was coming up when niggas trying to combat them and come up against the word, man. Go ahead. Read it again, though.
This is 1 Timothy 6 and 1. Let as many servants as are under the yoke count their own masters worthy of all honor, that the name of the Most High and his doctrine be not blasphemed. And they that have believing masters, let them not despise them.
Yeah. Which a lot of men despise their masters, man. Right? For whatever reason. For some reason, I see why Moab always made those kung fu movies like that. You always had the guy that the master dedicated his time teaching, patience teaching, then nigga always come up against the master, man. Always, for some strange ass reason, they always do, man. This is fucking shit. Go ahead, brother.
They always die.
Yeah, you got the villain of the movie who is the bad disciple. And what does he always have? He has a gang that's going around and killing and robbing and fucking people up. And most of the time, what? He attacks the village that the main character lived in. He killed his mom, raped his woman, so then he goes to the kung fu master and then what? Learns the right way to do things and rips his spine out at the end of the movie.
And some of you niggas you just ain't right, man. You just ain't right, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, you a megalomaniac, you want to be the leader, or you just a spoiled brat. You can't be told no, you can't be corrected or anything.
God, please, hey, go ahead.
And this is the book of Sirach, chapter 6. And I guess I'll start at 33. It says, if thou love to hear, thou shalt receive understanding, and if thou bow down thy ear, thou shalt be wise. Stand in a multitude of the elders and cleave unto him that is wise. So you got to make yourself a servant unto the masters, all right? Unto the men who were before you, all right? Those that have that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, who are perfect in it, all right? Who are complete in it. And it reads, it says, be willing to hear every godly discourse, and let not the parables of understanding escape thee. That's it. No. Salakia. Verse 36, it says, and if thou seest a man of understanding, okay, if you recognize a master, which these masters, okay, of the scriptures, these are the masters of all right? You can't really go up more higher than that. And it says, get thee betimes unto him, and let thy foot wear out the steps of his door. All right, so hey, once you find that master, you cleave to him, you get under him, like Mr. Miyagi to Daniel's son. Every day, you know, in that particular movie, Daniel's son, after school, he went straight to Mr. Miyagi house, you know, trying to soak up all of that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that was just oozing off of Mr. Miyagi, you know. But that's the precept, man.
This is Sirach 32:17. Might be the one I was looking for. It says, a sinful man will not be reproved for finding an excuse according to his will. And like I said, that's most of the, I mean, that's obviously the explanation of the 2/3, man. You know, they find an excuse of their wrongdoing. They're going to continue to do their wickedness, but, you know, try to find an excuse to continue to do so. And it says, a man of counsel will be considerate. You know, a man of the law, we're going to abide to our teachers. We're going to be considerate once that counsel comes upon us. You know, we're going to hear him out and, you know, and obey, you know, obey our masters. But a strange and proud man is not daunted with fear, even when of himself he has done without counsel.
And we're supposed to do everything without counsel in this truth, as the elder brother was going into. You have men that have been laboring. You have men that have been laboring before you, that have gone through many different experiences and can tell you how to go about it accordingly. But you got to take it within yourself. You got to humble yourself to understand that. Like, look, I don't know everything. You got to get out of that mentality of the world, that know-it-all mentality, and just humble yourself down and learn and receive that counsel. And then look, just to help you get you through a situation you in, and just overall just not be a hindrance to the body, but a benefit to the body. Don't become a damn rebel.
And ultimately, that goes into pride, man. And we also know that, we also know that the Lord hates a man with pride, man. Put that pride to the side, man. We all have to become a student at some point. You know, we have our teachers ahead of us, but we all have to be a student at some point, that we have to sit back and learn, man. If we don't know everything.
Yeah, appreciate it. Okay, you got it. Yeah, it's backing up exactly what you just said, bro. This 1 Peter 5:5. It says, likewise, ye younger, submit yourselves unto the elder. All right, when you go into that word submit, it means to place oneself under the control of another. So you have to actually place yourself under the control of the men who've been laboring and doing this thing for a set amount of time. All right, it says, yea, that all of you be subject one to another and be clothed with humility. For the Most High resisted the proud and giveth grace to the humble. You know, just like the brother was just saying. You know, if you're prideful in this thing and you can't submit yourself unto an elder brother, all right, or a head of the camp, or a men that's just been laboring for a longer period of time than you, then this not the thing. This not the route for you to go, man. You know? You want to say something?
Yeah, I just wanted to say something about that. All right, we took a trip to Dallas, okay, and you had eldermen, Elder Ariala, okay, Elder Yashuamba, and these men, they served other men, men that was under them, okay, new brothers, including myself, they served these men, different place, and you know, that's a part of that humility. All right, Jake wouldn't fix you a goddamn cup of water in his house, you know.
Hey, when a lot of Jake's, as sad as it is to say, when Jake's fellowship and get together, Jake will sit on the couch and just wait for the food to be ready.
Yeah.
Jake, it should be in Jake's spirit to, you know, you see the brother maybe, you know, cutting some vegetables or something like that. Hey, you need some help doing that, or when the food's ready. Don't be the first one to, with your eyes wide open, to go there and make yourself a plate. Go and make other brothers a plate. Think about others before you think about yourself. And I'm trying, if y'all know it off the top, it said, where in the scripture, Yahushua said, the Son of Man came not to be ministered unto, but to minister. Or Yahushua came to serve. He came to serve his fellow servants. He came to serve the nation of Israel. And we're coming in that same stead. As Elder Brother brought up, Yahushua washed the servants' feet. That's a very humble thing to do, especially with how great Yahushua was.
You the Son of Man.
You, the Son of the Most High, but you're washing men that are, beneath you, not in a negative way, but men that are underneath your authority's feet, which is what the people in this world, a nigga in this world wouldn't even think to even, get another man another shirt, let alone wash his feet. So what we're learning is what we're learning through this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is just how to be better servants to what? Become better masters. Because how can somebody become a teacher unless they were a student?
I heard the brother YAHAWAH said this a good bit of time. He learned more. He learned a lot more teaching, rather than I'm not going to put words in the brother's mouth, but just him teaching alone, being that teacher, that helps him learn a good bit more. It's beneficial of being that master and also being a student.
Kind of.
That's Sirach 32, verse 9. If thou be amongst great men, make not thyself equal with them.
Hey, if thou be amongst great men, make not thyself equal unto them. And that's a hard thing for Jake out here. Every Jake wants to be, the alpha male, the chief, the leader out here. But in order to come into this thing, you got to serve. Remember, Yahushua came not to be ministered unto, but the minister. We're all servants underneath Yahawah, bahasham, Yahushua in their order. And let me get it, what it said in Romans real quick. Romans 14.
Yes. Yeah, a lot of people want to be the top notch, big gin. Like big gin. Yeah, it would be him. Yeah. But don't know what it takes to be that. You know what I'm saying?
Like they say, that old cliche saying, everybody won't be a chief. We don't even have enough Indians.
Romans 14, 4 real quick. You have to just get that Romans 14, 4 real quick. This one, kind of. And then we're going to go back to that.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 14, verse 4. It's stuck together.
I got it right here.
I got
Oh, you got it?
It says, who art thou that judgest another man's servant? To his own master he standeth or falleth. Yea, he shall be holden up, for the Most High is able to make him stand.
Who art thou that judgeth another man's servant? And in this truth, of course, there's a rank. There's the elders and the leaders and everything. But hey, we treat each brother as if they were Yahushua, right? Because we don't know who each of these men are. You could be, a higher spirit in a past life than another brother, but in this life, you're underneath him on this, and he's on top of you. But regardless, every brother is not the Lord over brothers, or treat a man like a nigger, or look down on him, or anything like that. We're supposed to be bringing back that brotherhood, that ancient way of serving each other.
I got that one you was looking for. You want me to continue on this?
Oh, no, that was it.
I got that one you was looking for earlier.
Which one?
Minister.
Kind. Get it real quick, then we'll go to that Sirach and get y'all's precepts afterwards.
It's Matthew 20 and 27. It says, and whosoever will be chief among you, let him be your servant. Even as the Son of Man came not to be ministered unto, but to minister, and to give his life a ransom for many.
And I believe if you read up, the reason Yahushua said that is because all the disciples were asking, they're in an argument on who was the greatest amongst them. And what did Yahushua say? If a brother can find me that one in Sirach where it says, the greater thou art, humble thyself. What did Yahushua say? Reread it out, Baba Kasha.
All right. It says, and you start off from the top.
Kind.
It's Matthew 20 and 27. It says, and whosoever will be chief among you, let him be your servant.
Whosoever shall be chief among you, let him be your servant. If the brother got that one in Sirach, it says, the greater you are, the more humble yourself. And that's You got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 3 and 18. It says, "The greater thou art, the more humble thyself."
And what does it say in the scriptures? Wisdom and knowledge puffeth up. Because we've got the, think about it, just understand this statement. We have the truth to everything in existence. That all the questions, the great mysteries that people always had questions to, we have this knowledge of it and can break it down. And we've been given it. That we didn't get it of ourselves, which should just make you humble in itself. That we didn't get, and it says that in Romans. I think it's not Romans, Corinthians. I think it's 1 Corinthians 7. But we were given this knowledge by Yahawah, bahasham, YAHAWASHI. So we have no reason to be proud about it. We should be humble in the fact that we were called to have an opportunity to be chosen and be of that elect number to preach this word. So with that, that should keep you humble and want to serve your brother and listen to, hey, not just look at this thing as, oh, going out and cutting the white man and cutting the nigger woman or anything like that, but actually learning the other parts of the scriptures, hey, the brotherhood aspects of it, the discipline aspects of it, which is important. That's what builds a nation. The discipline and the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of how to work amongst your brothers accordingly.
It goes into that, brother. This is I'm gonna read it from the top again. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 3 and 18. It says, "The greater thou art, the more humble thyself, and thou shalt find favor before the Lord. Many are in high place and of renown, but mysteries are revealed unto the meek." 6 and 7.
Read that again, Baba Kashan.
Verse 19. "Many are in high place and of renown, but mysteries are revealed unto the meek."
Hey, and what does it say in 1 Corinthians, I believe it's chapter 2? The Most High didn't choose the great things, the most renowned things of the world, but he chose the basest things, the lowest things to confound the wise.
Verse 20, it says, "For the," did I just read that? I'm gonna read 20. "For the power of the Lord is great, and he is honored of the lowly. Seek not out the things that are too hard for thee, neither search the things that are above thy strength." But this is 22, going to go with the discipline.
And if I could say real quick, what? So I lost my train.
Read it again.
Kind of.
This is verse 20. "For the power of the Lord is great, and he is honored of the lowly. Seek not out the things that are too hard for thee, neither search the things that are above thy strength. But what is commanded thee, think thereupon with reverence, for it is not needful for thee to set with thine eyes the things that are in secret."
Hey, just stay in your lane and be humble. Every brother's got their own talent and their own lot in this thing. And you see, when everything's working in order and brothers are being in a humble spirit, a contrite spirit, that's what I was trying to remember. What does the Most High want? He doesn't want sacrifices and oblations or anything like that. He wants a humble and a contrite spirit. That's what the Most High, that's the main thing the Most High is looking for, is a humble and contrite spirit. I've given you this knowledge. I've given you this great understanding. But what are you going to do with it in regards to your brother? Are you going to lord over your brother? If a brother may not know as much as you, so to speak, are you going to look down on him? Are you, it's just some nigga? If a new man comes into, if a new sincere brother comes into the truth, and he's young, and of course he doesn't know as much as you, how are you going to treat that man? Are you going to open up to him? Are you going to be close to him? Like this thing, you got to put that old man to death, that old selfish, just disgusting spirit from the world out of here. You got to become a new man. Like we said earlier, there comes a point to where you gotta live as an Israelite. You gotta not just be a nigga that knows he's an Israelite. This isn't just about memorizing precepts. It's actually about changing your lifestyle, looking at the paths of old and walking in those paths.
You have to be born again.
Mm-hmm.
So very.
Okay, so got that. Yeah, we'll get that afterwards.
Guys, Sirach 32, verse 9. "If thou be amongst great men, bring not thyself equal with them. And when ancient men are in place, use not many words."
God, we'll read it again, Bible.
It said, "And when ancient men are in place, use not many words."
Hey, know your lane. Know your lane, just hey. And it says somewhere else in Sirach that hey, be quiet. Pretty much just be quiet, and there'll become a time when they ask you for a question, like the elders will ask you a question, and even when you give an answer, hey, let your words be infused. That's giving reverence to him. You're not trying to make yourself equal to him. And you got it.
So we start verse 7. Speak, young men, if there be need of thee, and yet scarcely when thou art asked twice or twice asked.
Read 8.
Let thy speech be short and comprehending much in few words. Be as one that knoweth and yet holdeth his tongue.
And that goes into the later verses, making yourself not equal, to your elders, and that takes humility as well to know. Look, hey, I'm gonna just give the shortest answer I can, and I'm gonna just sit in the cut. And it also says, and I believe it says in Proverbs, it talks about sitting in a lower seat instead of sitting in the preeminent seat, to where the master of the house says, hey, get you out of that place and go to a lower seat, because a man greater than you has arrived. But if you sit in that low seat, being humble, the greater thou art, the more humble thyself. Those are the situations that come where it's like, hey, what are you doing back here? We've got an open seat up here. Move up to a higher position. The Most High will level you up if you just, actually learn what the scriptures are saying, and just being that humble, contrite spirit.
I was gonna say, when you start to seek these different positions, right, that's what it's going into, is you start to make yourself a fool, man. You start to make yourself look stupid. Are you trying to supersede brothers and go above brothers when really you really under brothers, and you'll never do that, because them brothers, they probably they being meek, they being humble, but really the Lord see it. He see, hey, that brother might know more than you. He might be heavier in his spirit. You never know that, though. They holding their cards, man. But you want to say something?
I want to back up and say, yeah, like basically try to press, top men by doing too much. Yeah, all you're doing is you're embarrassing your own self, man.
And then what they do, they ask you something that you act like you know it, or you act like you should be in a position to know certain things, but when really you really don't. You try to impress them, but it backfires. And that's that. And certain, most men, they fall out because of that. Because now you've been made ashamed. All right, you feel like you're ashamed to the ministry, and it's like ain't no turning back at that point. That's why you got to stand in your place, like the brother was saying.
That's the main. Hey, to back you up, that's one of the main reasons most people always fall out, is because of what? They want the preeminence. They want to be the guy that shines. They're a petulant, just spoiled brat. They just can't learn that humility and learn to stay in their lane and just know when it's time to say something, and when it's required of their knowledge, and then when just sit back in the cut, be humble.
If I could give a quick testimony, brother, and again, harping on that Dallas trip, because that was a very spiritual, beautiful trip out there to Dallas with the brothers, man. I was venting to the El Darial. I was like, man, sometimes I'll be having these precepts and stuff that I really want to bring out, but I just can't get them out sometimes. But he was like, just straight up, hey, sometimes you just need to shut the hell up. Shut up. Just be quiet and serve your brothers and do what you what you can and do what you need to do. But that wouldn't sit well with some men. Well, nothing. I was
just gonna say, and the Most High, Jay got to be picking up with the situations the Most High be putting you into, because that's a very beautiful point you made. Sometimes you may have a precept that's going with the topic that the teacher, the speaker is saying, and it's just like you know it, and if other brothers heard it, it's like you pulling out that flaming sword and slicing and dicing. But what? It doesn't come out. Other brothers got precepts before you, or it just doesn't come out, and it passes. The situation passes, and that precept doesn't come out. How are you going to handle that? Are you going to feel some kind of way in the spirit, like, oh, I'm getting neglected over here? Oh, what's this brother? The precept he brought out is less than the precept I brought out. What kind of spirit is that? That's the Most High testing you to see how are you going to react in that situation, because more often than not, what happens? The topic comes back around again, and it's even a better instance for you to bring it out.
Or what you gonna do in that moment? You gonna let them demons get in your head and be like, man, like you said, the brothers neglecting me, they doing this. Nah, man, shut the hell up and let the spirit flow how it flows. It comes back.
Yeah, Well,
I was gonna say,
if the Lord wants your precept to come out, it's gonna come out. If he want them words to be spoken, they're gonna be spoken. That didn't happen. That happened to brothers most every lesson, every camp. You know, that always happens. So that should be no thing for you to let, brothers get their own things on.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, bottom line is, like, we're not in the truth, like, but to ourselves, to glorify ourselves, it's not, our truth, it's not our words.
Hey,
Yeah.
Yahawah, you actually get that, you got that Corinthians? This is gonna back up exactly what you just said, because what did Yahawah say? The Most High could raise up stones to do this work if he wanted to. We were risen up to do this work. As easily as the Most High could raise you up to get this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, is as easily the next day you could be bugged out, and the Most High could get a guy that looked just like you to come in, that sound just like, have the same spirit just like you to come in. But you got that 1 Corinthians?
It's 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 6. It says, "And these things, brethren, I have in a figure transferred to myself and to Apollos for your sakes, that ye might learn in us not to think of men above that which is written, that one of you be puffed up for one against another."
And that one of you be puffed up one against another. Because again, this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, hey, it builds up your confidence, but if you don't keep it in check, it can build up your pride to where you're thinking, oh man, I got this. Oh, you getting that spirit and that's a demon too. The getting likes and comments on your videos. That could another test from the Most High, seeing how's he gonna take this. That could puff you up and start getting you to think, man, I know more than the apostles and elders. They broke this down wrong completely. Now I'm gonna come out with a video really showing them how to do it. And then what? You wax worse and worse. And then, hey, the story of all these bug outs out here, bugged out, become a scoffer camp, run out of steam and go back in the world, or just go straight back into the world in a much worse case.
It's verse 7. It says, "For who maketh thee to differ from another? Or what hast thou that thou didst not receive? Now, if thou didst receive it, why dost thou glory as if thou had not received it?"
As it says, "And what hast thou that thou didst not receive?" We received this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And we didn't wake up to it and decide to follow Yahawah, bahasham, YAHAWASHI. Yahawah, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, called us to wake up and understand these words and be in these positions. "And what hast thou that thou didst not receive? Now as thou didst receive it, why dost thou glory as if thou didst not receive it?" You getting puffed up and you start to think you just the master. You Moses out here. You Moses, Yahawah, King. That's a mega demon out here thinking you King David. You out here riding on horses, just bugged completely out. And that all just goes back to what? Not understanding that one of the major points of this truth is being humble, coming in that humility spirit, that thou came, as Yahawah said, I came not to be ministered unto. I came not to serve and lord over the brothers and sit on my throne and be the first one to get the chicken and the asparagus and the salmon. But hey, I see a brother over there, I'm gonna make a plate for him. Or hey, I see a brother may need some help with something. I'm gonna get up, go into the kitchen or whatever's going on. I'm gonna help this brother out because that's my brother, and that's what Yahawah did, and that's what I know I'm expected to do. And that keeps you humble. That keeps you humble to constantly be in a state of serving. It doesn't build you up to think you're holier than thou, that you're better than the man next to you. You got a quick, well, yeah, we'll get that Matthew 23 over to. We'll get that 23. We'll get you. Get you some mic, and then we'll go back to you for shop, because a lot of y'all out here are coming in that Pharisee spirit, where you just want the preeminence, the image out there. You want to be seen as that dude, but when you actually look at the substance of how you're acting, what you're saying, it's nothing. It's dirt. It's the spirit of the world with just Hebrew trimmings on it. What's that?
Which one? The Matthew 23? This is Matthew 23, starting at the top. It says, "Then spake Yahawah to the multitude and to his disciples, saying, the scribes and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat. All therefore whatsoever they bid you observe, that observe and do, but do not ye after their works, for they say and do not.
Keep going.
For they bind heavy burdens and grievous to be borne, and lay them on men's shoulders, but they themselves will not move them with one of their fingers.
Hey, you're in that position to where you putting laws and orders over people that you don't even follow. And we see that in a lot of these other camps out here. One example is what? Oh, brother, that wife you've got, she's not good enough for you. You see one of our higher ranking officials over here. We think that that would be better for your spirit to go deal with her. For you, that would be better for her, your wife, to you to divorce her and go to deal with you. When you know damn well if you tried to pull that with one of them, they off with his head. Get the fuck out of here.
Continue. This is verse 5. It says, but all their works they do for to be seen of men. They make broad their phylacteries and enlarge the borders of their garments.
They want that preeminence, that outside man image to be glorified. They're not working on the inner man. They care about the concerns and the opinions of others in this world instead of actually what? Caring about what the truth is. Doing what everything says according to the scriptures, which is, as we've been going into, is what being in that humble and contrite spirit, seeking the lower position that you may be risen to the higher position instead of just coming out from the rip, wanting to be the top master, the grand poobah, the rabbi.
If I could say, okay, look at all the men of old, right? King David, okay, Gideon, going into all these different men. The Lord chose those men, and they were in lower positions than their peers. You can't just come in this thing just now you King David or this high man of great stature. No, the Lord chose those men for a particular reason. But
King David played the harp for Saul. That was his music, man, that makes Saul feel good.
And where King David start off as? He was working with the sheep and the goats, cleaning out the pens. And what his father Jesse thought his other brothers should have been king because Jake was strapping, he had the big beard. They looked the part. Jake had the big beard, he was strapping. Jake was in there with the. I'm not saying they were flexing to do it, but Jake. Hold on, Jake. The older brothers had that that outward appearance. What Jake would think, oh, that's clearly the king. What the king would look like. But the prophet Samuel, through the spirit of YAHAWAH, said, hey, they didn't even bring David out there. It's like, oh, he's clean. Don't worry about David. Yeah. But where's the other son that I know you have? Oh, David. And then they brought David in, and then what? David was the one that was chosen to be king. Look at Moses. He didn't want when the Most High came to him. He didn't want the position. He said, "I'm not eloquent of speech. I'm lowly and all that." But the Most High was like, "No, I want you in this position." And many times Moses was like, "Man, why did you put me in this position? It would be better if you just kill me. Kill me. I can't deal with it." But hey, the Most High put him in that position, just like the point you were making. Many of these different men weren't looked at as what Jake would expect to come to be as the leaders. But they are the ones that were set up in those positions. Why? Because that's a humble spirit to be in, to not want power. You're not the one that wants power, but what? You're the one that gets put into that position because you can handle it. But you had a point?
I got a precept. This is King David speaking right here. This Psalms 84 verse 10. For a day in thy course is better than 1,000. That's a beautiful precept. That's what I say. Hey, this is the point. I had rather be a doorkeeper in the house of my power than to dwell in the tents of wickedness.
That's one of the most beautiful precepts out there. Here's King David, the king of Israel, the man after the Most High's heart, saying, I would be content being a doorkeeper in the kingdom of heaven. When you got Jakes out here, and you got some Jakes out here when it comes to the 144,000, you know what? I want to be number 10 in the 144,000. As long as I'm not 143,999, just making it is enough. And David, that's a humble spirit. David was coming and just holding the door, showing, look, as long as I'm a part of the program, I'm gonna get in where I fit in, and I'm completely happy with that position.
What
with it.
I would say, yeah, it's a reward, just helping the righteous man. So just being a help that's a reward there.
Again, the Son of Man came not to be ministered unto, but to minister unto others. But keep going in that 23.
This is again Matthew 23, verse 6. Red letters YAHAWASHI speaking still. And love the uppermost rooms at feasts and the chief seats at and love the uppermost rooms at feasts and the chief seats in the synagogues.
They want to sit at that head table. Again, their first mindset is being in that position of preeminence. I gotta be seen, because just look at me. I got the garments, I got the gold, I got the beard on point, everything. So why should I not be in that position? That's not the spirit we should be coming in. And the spirit we should be coming in is that humble and that contrite spirit. Again, keep bringing it up. Sit in that low seat, that way you may be raised into that higher seat, instead of being puffed up and getting into that higher seat. What? Just to be said, look, you're not worthy to be in this position. Go down to the lower seat. And in the world, that can mean what? Getting bugged out, getting cast back into the world, getting spit out.
But let's see. We're gonna jump around a bit.
Jump to verse 10. Jump to verse 10 and read down to 12.
This is St. Matthew 23, verse 10. Red letters YAHAWASHI speaking. It says, neither be ye called masters, for one is your master, even Hamashiach.
And that's the ultimate master we serve, is YAHAWAH bahasham YAHAWASHI. And even then, we've got our elders and apostles who are set up over us, and we give honors to them because we learn from them. Keep going on.
Verse 11. But he that is greatest among you shall be your servant.
Backing up the one you brought up. Hey, whoever shall be greatest among you, let him be a servant unto others. This keeps coming up, that humility, being more in that spirit of serving than to be served.
Verse 12. Whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased, and he that shall humble himself shall be exalted.
Point blank, period. And he that shall humble himself shall be exalted. And look, there should be nothing on, really, if you want to glorify yourself on this side, who are you glorifying it for? Upside down, disgusting, vile, wicked world. Because any preeminence you get on this side from the people, the majority of the people in this world are what? Bugged out. They're bugged out, dead, and in that spirit. That's who you want to get that preeminence from. You want to get the YouTube likes and the comments and sure, get accolades from these women out here who ain't even virgins. Get women out here who are just looking to join on the next trend, like a lot of these other, not just these women, but these niggas out here as well. We're seeking to be humble on this side and receive our preeminence and our glory in the kingdom of heaven, that kingdom that's going to last for eternity, where all these lessons we're going through and learning right now and acting out is going to be recorded and be shown as, look, they followed exactly what was written in the script. That is the reason why they're in this position right now with crowns on their heads, judging the 12 tribes of Israel, judging the world. But I know you got a precept you've been holding one.
And this 2 Timothy 3:1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy.
Hold it real quick, What's it say at the beginning of verse 2? For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, everything against what the scriptures are saying about being a humble servant, serving your brother, not seeking the preeminence of that major position out there. You want to be the number one top guy. I remember one of these guys, manosphere type guys said, hey, you had John the Baptist, and he said Jesus, but YAHAWASHI. Hey, everybody wants to be YAHAWASHI, but what? You had John the Baptist, who was the one that was the the forerunner to YAHAWASHI, acknowledge that one that is greater than me is coming. A lot of people want to be YAHAWASHI, but don't want to take that position of John the Baptist, who knew that one that was greater that was coming, came, and then they took that low position of, look, I ain't even worthy to be in the same, stead as you.
Yeah, John the Baptist was a mighty man at that time. He was a high priest, so he could have been like, look, I got the highest office in Israel. This guy right here, he's coming to take away my spot. Let me try to undermine him and glorify myself. He did the exact opposite.
Yeah, beautiful point. Yeah, some more on that.
Go back over. Disobedient to parents, and not just your, physical parents, but your spiritual parents. And Jake has become very unthankful in this thing, man. It's like as far as time go on, these niggas, they just don't give a damn no more, man. They just, it's all about me. I broke it down the right way and all this kind of garbage, but most of you niggas can't even spell Israel when these men was out here teaching, man. You got apostles on down and the elders. All of a sudden you think you're on some type of level now. These men spent time breaking these precepts down, righteous counsel, giving advice. You niggas just spit in their face, man. Fuck you niggas, man. It's just that simple.
Yeah, brothers always say, y'all, man, we was in the back of the spirit world.
Yeah. You either in the spirit world or you were a nigga in the world.
That's right.
Simple as that. Yeah, some more. Was that? Kind of, you got back of you got one. Kind of, you got you.
This 1 Corinthians 8:1. It says, now as touching things offered unto idols, we know that we all have knowledge, but knowledge puffeth up and charity edifieth. So we know we all have, been given this unction from the Holy One. Each man has a different stature of the knowledge, 13, of the knowledge that he's been given. But when you start to puff yourself up and be prideful in the knowledge, that's just completely off, man. Not giving double honors to the apostles who you learned the whole truth from. That's just the knowledge. It just gets in your head. It just blows your head up and it just puffs you up, man.
Kind of. We got one to back that up perfectly. It's 1 Corinthians 13. We'll read that precept though.
There's 1 Corinthians 8:1. It says, now as touching things offered unto idols, we know that we all have knowledge. Knowledge puffeth up, but charity edifieth.
But charity edifieth. And charity can go into a whole host of things. Helping out a brother, that's charity. Hey, actually giving alms, that's charity. Being in a humble position, charity. Just being brotherly. I think when you go into that word charity, it talks about something along the lines of brotherly love. But that 1 Corinthians 13 is going to back that precept up perfectly. So you could be out there with the preeminence and the greatest knowledge, the biggest shoulder pads on your garments, the gold headband, everything. But as it's about to say,
It's 1 Corinthians chapter 13:1. It says, though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels and have not charity, I am become as sounding brass or tinkling cymbal. And though
hold on real quick. As it says, though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, multiple languages out here. You're able to do 2-hour-long videos, Spanish, French, the Hebrew, and everything. And have not charity, I am become a sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal. It just, say you got a drumstick and you just hitting a cymbal, just making a noise that ain't even on beat, a noise that ain't even on rhythm. You're just loud noise out here that nobody wants to hear because you're just a headache. You're just a proud asshole out here. Oh, I've got 15 precepts. Oh, hold on a second. That brother, don't bring that out. I have more knowledge on this issue than you. Just asshole out here. A lot of you jakes out here are assholes. You're assholes, you're betas, and weirdos, simps. Everything just completely contrary to actually being a man of the Lord. And the Most High getting ready to cut a lot of y'all off, and it's well deserved. A lot of y'all just need instead of a great reset, you need a hard reset. You got that word, charity? Kind of.
That's the word charity in the Strong's is agape. It says affection, goodwill, love, benevolence, or brotherly love.
Time. Hey, affection, goodwill. And what is goodwill? Hey, ministering unto your brothers, actually being a brother, looking to your brother's well-being more than to your own well-being. Love, and we know what love is according to the scriptures, found the law, statutes, and commandments. Treating your brother accordingly through the law, statutes, and commandments, which is the right way to treat anybody, because what does it teach you to do? Not to steal from your brother, not to kill your brother, not to sleep with your brother's wife, not to have an evil eye towards your brother, all that. So that charity, and the last thing just sums it up, brotherly love. Keep going in that 1 Corinthians 13.
God, this 1 Corinthians 13:2, it says, and though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith, so that I could move mountains, so that I can remove mountains, and have not charity, I am nothing.
Point blank, period. Though you have the gift of prophecy, you understand all mysteries and knowledges. You what somebody who's looking on the outside would see is, oh, he's the super Israelite. He can go through the scriptures. He can slice and dice people. His beard's not lined up, but it's pretty sharp. He got the best garment out there. He just looks like a superhero Israelite, like he's already in the kingdom. If you have not charity, that brotherly love, that goodwill, and that benevolence, he's nothing. He's worthless. And we've seen, again, constant examples of Jakes out here who so-called fit the role of what people think is an Israelite, but where are they at now? A bugged out weirdo in the world doing YouTube videos on cooking or having green hair, tattoos, just a whole host of characters we can go into. But the point being, if you have not that humility, that charity, that brotherly love, coming in that spirit of actually serving instead of being served, sooner rather than later, your ass is going to be out of here.
Yeah, I wanted to say, like, all those gifts that the brothers read on verse 2, it ain't gonna matter because we have faith, because at this point it's gonna happen already. Probably it's gonna happen. So it ain't no point that then Lord's about to shut this ministry down anyway. You know, so that all the knowledge, faith, and what's else? Prophecy,
Give mysteries and knowledge.
Knowledge, because so it's gonna be everywhere. It's gonna be seen already. So ain't no point of us knowing it. But what's gonna last? Charity, brotherly love. Hey, we gonna show brotherly love in the kingdom.
What do you think the kingdom of heaven is? Being brotherly. That a brotherhood. That is the kingdom of heaven. Yeah, ain't nobody gonna go into the kingdom of heaven just being a solo nigga out here, a solo king out here. The king, where the 144,000 are what? Going to be a council of brothers with the ultimate brother YAHAWASHI governing over the world on one accord. In the back of what you just said, all these things that Jake takes as what the truth is about, being seen on the camera, flexing with the armbands on, doing 2-hour videos with 1,400 likes and 2,000 comments. That's about to be cut off. And again, going back to that 1 Corinthians 4, we weren't given this knowledge. The Most High gave us this knowledge. So what do we have to be proud and puff ourselves up about? As easily as we got it, is as easily as the Most High can take it from you just like that. And that's a humbling thing in itself. Just to be hired, you could have just did a great lesson, a great whatever. And then the next day, you just don't believe in the truth anymore. You think that the earth is flat. You think Esau isn't the white man. You think everybody can be saved. All of that. But I know you had that precept. We'll get your precept, and then I'm one. Then we got you.
It's for Jake that trying to seek that higher seat on this side. You know, just Sirach 7:4. Seek not of the Lord preeminence, neither of the king's seat of honor. That's the claim right there. You're not going to seek that higher seat on this side. Verse 5. Justify not thyself before the Lord, and boast not of thy wisdom before the king.
And also, I'm just going to say real quick. And it says, I believe it says in the New Testament somewhere too, where it's like, hey, the Most High may put you in a position to where you're right, but you may get rebuked as if you were wrong about it, just so the Most High can see how you can take that situation. Are you going to take the load? Like, look, I'm going to cast my lots on the Lord and just let it handle out that way. And look, The brother may come to you an hour later, a couple of days later, look, I see where it was from your position. You were right. But the point being is you were put in that position to see how you're going to react to it, what kind of character you have about it, what kind of humility you have about it. To back that up, what we've been kept going into, not seeking that seat of preeminence first, but taking that low seat. So what? You may be raised up to that higher seat.
Yeah, I'm gonna make fun with it, say boast not of thy wisdom before the king. Yeah, basically, yeah, don't boast in yourself just because you're in the camp, you bring out certain precepts. You know what I'm saying? You know all this knowledge of the scriptures, because hey, it's gonna be taken away from us easy. You know, without the Lord's mercy. You know, that's why we in this show, because of the Lord's mercies, man. Or not supposed to be in that spirit of that the Israelite in the New Testament say, hey, I fast, I pray, that he claims of his righteousness, but hey, that perfect. Yeah, it could be in that spirit of hey, no. And we said,
yeah, the Pharisees,
yeah.
I believe the other guy was a publican.
Yeah, publican, yeah.
The Pharisees came and he was like, Lord, he was pretty much in a proud spirit. I don't need to repent for anything. I fast 2 days out of the week. I'm on point. I do all this, that, and the other. And the publican was like, I'm not like them. And the publican was just like, man, I'm gonna just speak plain. I'm fucked up. Look, I need mercy. Look, whatever you can do to help me out, help me out. And that's the spirit we should be coming in, because hey, we can't keep the law, statutes, and commandments at all on this side. As we speak right now, there's a law we're breaking. So that puts us in a humbling spirit, though, that we need YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI to get us through our everyday trials and tribulations. Because one day you could be good, and the next day what? Demons start plaguing your mind, and you go off, and you just, man, I can't, even if as Paul said in Romans 7, I want to do right, but my body just does wickedly.
You could be prophesying and polyester draws, 60% polyester, 40% cotton, talking about you need to keep all the laws, you need to keep everything. Like your drawers got mixed fabric. Like what are you talking about?
They're saying the law, and then a sodomite just walks by while they're holding him. What are you supposed to do to him? Exactly. Yeah, some more in there?
I got some verse 6. Seek not to be a judge, being not able to take away iniquity, lest any time thou fear the person of the mighty and a stumbling block in the way of thy uprightness.
And seek not to be a judge, what, over your brother? Going back to that Romans 14:4, who, I don't want to paraphrase it.
Yeah, basically, yeah, don't try to seek a higher seat if you're not able to handle that, you know, the tax of it.
Who art thou that judgest another man's servant? To his own master he standeth or falleth. They should be negatively judging brothers out here, looking at him with an evil eye or anything like that, thinking you better than the other man, because that man is not your servant. We're all servants of YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI. You know, a man that may be, you know, so-called lower than you in his mind, one day be over than you, because what? Your pride bugged you out, and you back in the world, just a pork-eating, tight sock-wearing weirdo. Yeah, another one though. Kind. I know. Yeah, you go.
So, Sirach 3 and verse 17, it says, "My son, go on with thy business in meekness. So shalt thou be beloved of him that is approved. The greater thou art, the more humble thyself."
That's the one I was looking for earlier. Reread it out, Bible Show.
It says, "My son, go on with thy business in meekness. So shalt thou be beloved of him that is approved."
Satan.
Yeah, you don't like that.
Hey, that's the tinkling and sound of brass. Simple. But reread again. Time Bible Show.
Sirach 3 and 17, it says, "My son, go on with thy business in meekness. So shalt thou be beloved of him that is
In meekness, humility. Hey, no. Hey, Satan don't want to hear that. Reread that one. No, but yeah, reread the last part. But hey, you see the wind's kicking up. We're talking about what? Humility and being in a contrite spirit, which is what completely opposite of this world that's governed by the spiritual demon of Satan.
So verse 18, The greater thou art, the more humble thyself, and thou shalt find favor before Yahweh.
The greater thou art, the more humble thyself. Yeah, yeah. Just snap it under.
Look, put a bag on it.
Yeah.
Got all kinds of bags of it.
Verse 19, it says, many are in a high place and of renown, but mysteries are revealed unto the meek.
Many are in a high place and renown, but mysteries are revealed unto the weak. Use the example of what these leaders in these other camps. They're in high positions and all that, but what? They can't get what the MOTV is. They can't get some of the other mysteries out here that men, whether they be younger men in the spirit, the younger men in age, are doing videos that are running laps around. Why? Because they're coming in that humble and that meek spirit of Yahawah, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, coming in that spirit of a servant and not to be served. You have to more than that, or you got it. And then you got it.
The book of Psalms, chapter 37, and verse 11, gets straight to the point. It says, but the meek shall inherit the earth, and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace.
The meek shall inherit what? The earth, the new earth to come. The lowly on this side, those that stood firm and stiffly for the name of Yahawah, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, being a brother and doing everything that was actually commanded to be done, are going to inherit the new earth to come, being the chief rulers in it.
Right? Reading in the NLT, it says, the lowly will possess the land and will live in peace and in prosperity.
The lowly will possess the land. But in that time, what are they going to be? In the high position. We got to take the low right now. Lord. Yeah. God. Hey. God. I'm almost getting. God. Hey. So. Hey, the spirits are getting riled up. The proud spirits out there. And that's what a lot of you niggas are out here, like a proud wind that's trying to blow everything down. But look, the words of Yahawah, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, they are going to stand firm in it. Was that it on that? That's it. You got it, somebody. Don't get blown away.
First Peter 4:8, and above all things, have fervent charity among yourselves. But charity shall cover the multitude of sins. We read it out, Bible. And above all things, this First Peter 4:8, and above all things, have fervent charity among yourselves. But charity shall cover the multitude of sins.
And we all went to what that charity is. What? Affection, brotherly love, a goodwill towards your brothers. It said that cover a multitude of sins. And alms, alms are charity. Helping out a brother. You're tied on some situations, and if you got it, and even sometimes when you don't got it, it should be naturally in your spirit to help out the brother any way you can. That's what the most high love. They brothers that dwell in unity. I think that's Psalms 103.
Yeah, and fervent too, without ceasing, man. So
Without ceasing.
Yeah, continue to do it to your brother and use hospitality one to another without grudging.
And use hospitality one to another without grudging. The Most High loves a cheerful giver. Like everything you do should be coming in the spirit and love. Like you don't be. Once you do something to a brother, you don't get a second thought about it. It's like, man, I didn't want to spend that. I didn't want to get that. I don't want to do this, that, and the other. You're just grudging on it. The Most High sees that in your spirit and knows you're faking the funk. You're actually not being genuine in it. God. Was that it? God.
This is the book of St. Matthew 22 and 36. It says, Master, which is the great commandment? Which is the great commandment in the law? And Yahawashi said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy power with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and greatest commandment. And the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor
as thyself. On these two commandments hang all the law of the prophets. Because the Most High command us to do, to love our brothers as ourselves and treat them accordingly. And so if you love the Most High, which is the first commandment he said, you're automatically following the second. And that goes into being a humble, contrite spirit. Again, being more ready to serve than to be served out here.
Like I asked you, brother, the faith in YAHAWASHI Yahushua and brotherly love, man, that's a 1-2. That's a 1-2 combination right there. The faith, first and foremost, is something that you need to have from the beginning. That's your job. The brotherly love, that's your straight. You know, that's your 1-2 that you got going on.
And what was one of the major curses that happened to us? A man shall have an evil eye towards his brother. And what's always been Jake's major downfall out here? Going against each other. Jake had a good thing going, but one guy thought he could have done it better or had the preeminence over it, and what that broke the whole operation down. Us coming back into this truth, coming back into that old hope. Us coming back into the truth, coming back into this old way is what? Bringing back that love, that charity, that fidelity towards each other. Building the kingdom back up again. You see the kingdom of heaven and the way to act accordingly in it being built up right before your very eyes.
Really think about it, going back to Romans 8 chapter, being joined hands with Yahushua. That's an act of brotherly love. Okay, he obtained what? Everything from his father, man. Yahweh passed down everything unto Yahushua. And what did Yahushua do? Yahushua didn't hog it all for himself, right? He gonna share his inheritance with his brothers. You know, joint heirs, being brother. And what again? We brought up earlier. He washed the servant's feet. That if we join heirs with Yahushua, that's the spirit we should be coming in right now. We need to go to bat and do anything for our brother to make sure they in a good case as us, in a better case than us, because we know what they're going to reciprocate it, and that constantly reciprocating each other makes this chain, this body, unbreakable.
If I can add to you, brother, again, one thing that we all supposed to know, like I said, the biggest and best example that we could ever follow is Yahushua, you know, and how much to know that our brother, our Lord, is in heaven right now. He can't wait to give us. He can't wait to give us the many mansions and many gifts and so on.
He said, "In my Father's house are prepared many mansions. Prepared for who? Prepared for you." That's what I've been building. I've been building up everything you like. I've been building it up and working to give it to you. Why? Because you're worthy. You've shown yourself brotherly to receive.
That's the example. If our Lord is preparing a kingdom for us, if everything is being prepared for us, how much more for something like this of helping each other, helping a brother?
Should we know these things that we, pretty much have on this side gonna get burnt up anyway? What's the point of holding it for yourself? Help a brother out, man.
The only thing that's going to make it on this side is what the spirit. We ain't even bringing these new bodies. And what kind of spirit is that that's going to make it? That contrite, that humble spirit, that brotherly spirit, right? Because everything else, the image, the how you wanted to be seen and perceived, that's not going to mean shit. The only thing that's going to matter at the end of the day is you found out the ways of Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, and the brotherly love you showed to the man next to you, and what you were willing to do for that man, and what that man was willing to do for you.
The thing we're bringing into the kingdom is our works. That goes in in the kingdom. We're still going to be talking about, hey, remember back in Babylon, those are the things we're going to bring in the kingdom. We're not going to bring our car, none of that. That's all right up.
You're thinking about when you're in the kingdom. Oh, sometimes you'll be thinking about right now. I know this brother likes this. I brought this out. We have that number. I'm gonna get him fields of stones. I'm gonna get him a whole quarry of frankincense. That's what I want to give the brother because I care about that brother that much. But did it, brother, have you?
Yeah, when you again, it's crazy because me and the elders went into a video on reciprocation. When you do those things and you get the thing, when you love somebody or want to show gratitude in such a way or token of your gratitude towards, you get him what he like. Because the gratitude is towards, like, I have gratitude or gracious towards what you like. So therefore, I want to get what you like. That's why I want gifts. I always give. If I want to give a gift, I want to get what you like. I don't want to guess at what you may want, right? I just want to get what you like. So therefore, it is a total solution. It's for you, and that's what you like. So that's a good one.
Like a gift should be something that you like and not what I like.
Not what I like.
Because that's not a gift. It's just something I gave.
That's something I gave. Exactly. No, that's I always try to get a man what he like. Like if I want to get something for you, I'm gonna say, hey brother, which one you like? Because I know you gonna enjoy or really that's something you really want versus something I like as a surprise. Yeah, I don't want to give you a surprise. I want to give you a gift. That's right.
You got it.
Yeah, this is Spur. We started talking about, we opened, we're going into 2/3, and then we end with the characteristics of 1/3, the man of the Lord. And this is the book of Revelation, chapter 22, last chapter of the Bible. This is the conclusion right here, verse 11. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still. But he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still.
Point blank, period. And that's a beautiful point you made too. We start off going into the wicked of our people that are not going to make it, and we ended off going into the spirit of those that are going to make it. So the wicked, you adulterers, you scumbags, you selfish niggas out here, they continue to be that because it was your lot to be that, and you're going to get destroyed for it. But the hopeful elect, Abaratazah, we are that number. We're going to continue to be in that spirit of righteousness, charity, humility, and brotherly love, and bring that into the kingdom, and then that's what the rest of the world's going to be governed with, governed on those principles for the rest of eternity. Your brothers had any closing points they wanted to make? Hey, so with that, we hope the sincere Akim and Akwat out there were edified by this live camp. And again, as always, we're going to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors to YAHAWAH, bahasham, Yahushai, bahasham, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and peace and salutations to you sincere Akim out there, pushing this word, truth, and sincerity to the four corners of the globe, making brothers and endurance to the end. Above the ball, 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 Shalawam, Shalawam.